All right, interwebs. Interwebs. We're getting cracking. Just working on tech issues. Screen sizing. Oh my gosh, it's such a ridiculous issue. Okay, here we go. I can be on a little louder for both of us. All right. All right, we're working. This could be a little higher, maybe. Turn it down for when I have Patty. I've been really enjoying the standing for the auction reactions. Definitely gets the blood flowing. Gets me more hyped, you know what I mean? But so let me just double check all my windows and I'll do the little intro here. Thank you everyone for coming out. I appreciate y'all. Anyone in the chat, anyone watching this in the future, I want you to know that your small amount of supporting, just adding the view, popping in, giving me a view, give me a little thumbs up on the video, giving me a sub on YouTube does frickin' wonders. And I am way too pale for how bright this light is, so let's get that turned down a little bit. There we go. Now that's good lighting. That's mood lighting. I was like, my Scottishness was showing real bad. But if it's your first time here, my name is Bailey, and hold on. Triple checking. We got Kick open. We got Twitch open. We got YouTube open. I've got an extra chat window open over here. We're ready. We're rocking and rolling. And the chatbot is working today, it seems, which is exactly what we want to see. I am now a YouTube partner, so I'm going to be slowly integrating new features to my YouTube streams. I can take super chats now. I can set goals. I can do polls. I got all the interactivity ready to rock, so I'm very excited and very grateful for that. But if it's your first time here, my name is Bailey. I operate an eBay store called Grandma's Deadstock, and I run an auction house called The Warehouse, that is WHERE, with my boy Patty, who may or may not make it out today, and it's all good either way. Very much supported. He's got a newborn at home, so sometimes the family obligations are a little demanding, which I am 100% supportive of. You know, it wasn't like it was a surprise. You know, we had 9 months of awareness that this is gonna happen, so I would be hypocritical, especially with someone with a crazy life myself, if I were to be upset about that. So you may see him in here. If not, he'll be in the chat hanging out. And when you come pick up your items in Toronto, if you win an item in this auction, you'll be able to meet us in person, and like we can chit chat, tell you more about what we do and the vision behind it all. But this is a new content format that, hey, I'm not going to say it's like brand new or we're geniuses, but it was something we were very excited to integrate, is a companion component to hosting online auctions. Because the thing about participating in these online auctions, whether you're a reseller or a buyer or a collector, it gets a bit lonely. All you're doing is like sitting on that screen. You're just like click, 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 hoping you win something. So what we're hoping to add to the experience is a little bit of company. Especially when it's my own auction, I get a little bit more hyped up to see what the prices are going for. Okay? And typically what I do when I come on these streams, we'll go through, I like to review which items have the most bids on them to start, so that I can have an understanding of what draws the most competition. Because that is what is more valuable than seeing what has the higher ticket price to start off the race, per se, right? Like, it's infinitely more valuable to have an understanding of demand versus like MSRP value. And that's because when you're buying or clearing out estates, which is what we do, we assist people with downsizing and estate sales. So say if unfortunately a loved one has passed away, or working alongside real estate agents that do staging and they need to clear out an entire home, then in that case, they contract us. We come through, we clear out the entire building, and then we take the things that we know we can resell and put them on to these auctions. Now, the whole shtick that we've labeled it as is ethical junk removal. Because although we do profit off of the items, it does help compensate our lower ticket price for the labor hours. But most importantly, we are like sort of combating the capitalist waste of our system. Like, it is important to us that we are contributing to keeping more things out of the landfills, right? Because otherwise, these real estate agents, or when you sell a house, a lot of things, you see those big bins outside, you see 1-800-GOT-JUNK, that all goes to the dump. That's just more stuff in the garbage. And at least this way, we're able to place these items in a means that they're going to a home that they're going to be loved again. They're going to be appreciated. So even if they don't sell for $100, $300, we can at least rest easy knowing they're going to support someone, right? Spiel done a little bit there. Like my personal example, now that I'm off like YouTube intro mode. The personal example is like last auction, I was a little disappointed. I put a Kodak projector in there, like a slide projector. Lens, the whole components, like a complete starter kit. It was a very expensive piece. It went for literally $1, maybe $2. And that was so disappointing to see. It was like, I was bummed at first. But then on auction pickup day, I met the lady who bought it, the human that bought it. And it was kind of inspiring. I was very humbled by it because she told me that her mother was elderly. She was moving into a retirement home. And the only preservation of all their family memories they had were slides. So as much as I was disappointed about the monetary gains of that product, it was super fulfilling at the end of the day, because just like I said with the ethical junk removal, at least it's going somewhere valuable. Like this lady, her mother may not have been able to access her family memories at an accessible price point, if not that she found that projector for such a cheap price in auction, right? Like someone else, I was talking to one of my buddies about it, and he helped put it into perspective too. It's like, in a way, that you're helping support that woman preventing Alzheimer's, because there are studies done that if you go through your family memories in that fashion, like triggering those neurons of trying to do deep memory recall actually helps prevent the early onset Alzheimer's symptoms. But I digress. It's not to toot my own horn. If you're coming here from Max Sold, I do want to warn you a little bit. The one thing is, like, usually we can expect a lot more viewers. Usually the chat is a bit bumping with some of the newbies. But because I hit YouTube Partner, there was my RTMP settings messed up, which is kind of frustrating. I thought nothing of it. I like signed in. It's like, oh, your stream link, your stream RTMP codes have been reset, and your links have new URLs, right? And I was like, oh yeah, that's not a big deal. Okay, whatever. All right, thank you, YouTube. And then I went to send out the email for the auction. I was like, oh, bugger. I was like, bugger. I'm like, this means the link that I shared previously in all of the auction items, in every single auction item, is the wrong link. So it is what it is. We keep it rolling either way. And yeah, I'm grateful for any participation that we have from y'all in any capacity then otherwise. You know what I mean? And don't be afraid to drop a thumbs up on that YouTube video, as I said. I'm a little nasally today, y'all. I'm sorry. It's rainy in Toronto, and clearly it's got me. I'm a little gunked up. I'm a bit of a gunky boy today. But now we shall proceed scrolling through some of the items. Most bid. If you want, you can see on all of the platforms where I am simulcasting. I am on Twitch, I am on Kick, and I am on the YouTube. I am on each and every one of them. Let me, because I have the YouTube on Peoples and Blogs. Is there events? Do I want to put it in events? No, we'll leave it where it is. So, typically, let me close. It will be easier if I do it from right here, and then I'll stand back with my mouse. Ideally, I need like a projection clicker. I need like a wireless, and maybe I should get like a secondary wireless mouse so then I don't have to. But I got a long enough cable, it shouldn't matter. But so our warehouse location is based in Mimico of Toronto, so that's like south of Etobicoke, not too far from downtown, very accessible by the Gardiner Highway, and that's where you'll catch us on pickup day. We'll refresh this tab just to catch any updates. My only slight issues with Max Sold are in regards to latency issues with these auction closes. So sometimes we'll see items bump up with the timers being a little wonky, and this hide closed lots button is definitely not as efficient as we would like. But so at the top, this Marantz stereophonic receiver model 2220B. This bad boy, I knew he'd be worth a lot of money. I comped him on eBay. I can tell you that I didn't anticipate it to be the highest ticket item of the auction. And good, people can see I did the Streamlink mess up, so I got it dropped in here. Yeah, and you can just copy paste it like that. So people are dedicated enough will come through. And shouts out to anyone who actually came through the link included in our emails, right? We do have an e-newsletter, which maybe I'll add to the chat bot for next time, so that you guys can sign up to our e-newsletter to hear out our upcoming auctions. So these guys, audiophiles still pay a lot of money for this machinery. Even if, like, we are honest with our descriptions. So since we don't have the complete set of equipment to be able to test with like proper speakers, yada yada, we make sure that we be as thorough as possible. And in this case, we'll say it like takes power, but otherwise untested. So we don't want to say tested working when it's kind of like a white lie, right? Like it's a little. We've had people already come to auction pickup day and express that they appreciated the honesty in that capacity. So this is the stunning stained glass. This bad boy is pretty effing awesome. It's truly an antique. Very excited to see if it gets a little bit more competition. Patty, my business partner, actually reached out to one of his compatriots who is a bit more of an expert in stained glass. Like, already you could tell the craftsmanship. It looks old. Now, personally, I thought it was like 40s, 50s old, because the wood is in too good of a condition, and it does look like some of the hardware in the top corners are a little bit more modern. Definitely looks like they're made of steel rather than more of an iron composite. Some of these old screw heads and nail heads, like, being rounded nail heads helps dictate the age, and then when they're not as compressed, like the tin iron composed nails and screws of the past are way more malleable. So when you see them on antique items like this, you might catch that there's like a severe amount of depression where you can tell that it was hammered in or forced in, right? In this case, it definitely, I thought it was more modern, but it must be just very high quality products, because he asked someone, and it could be circa all the way to 1925, which is a little wild to me. I did not anticipate that. We'll zoom you in a little bit. Maybe we'll zoom you in. I'll move my window over. Actually, yeah, we're kind of working. Maybe we'll oh, that's my chat window. Kind of like that. I think that works, chat. We're gonna stick with that. Again, I want to remind everyone I do simulcast, and I do have chat relay bots. So I am on Twitch, I am on Kick, and I'm on YouTube all at once. I do prefer the standing setup. This is way better. B&W, so same thing, speakers, right? We got the speakers and the stereophonic. A lot of audiophiles, like, they still want the components in these pieces, and then when you're looking at cabinet speakers such as this, even if you replaced the woofers, oh god, even when you replace the components, it's still valuable because this construction was made by someone very specific in its intent to project the analog sound. So even if most of the electronics are fried, people will still use the cabinet, and I would suspect that's why it's sitting around $30, because you're taking a little bit of a risk. The art, so I've been honest through all these streams, especially if it's your first one here. This may be a new rambling that you're hearing from me, but the regulars would have heard me say this a couple times. Fine art, glassware, and ceramics are kind of my weak suit. I've been a nerd my whole life. I mean, obviously, look at me simulcasting and being a streamer. I get a lot more about collectibles, video games, tools, certain antiques, and I constantly try to learn more relative markets, watches, stuff like that. But my business partner does balance me out well with a contrasting set of business skills. So when it comes to this fine art, I'm aware it's worth money. I know it's by a notable artist, but how to price it? Bro, my estimates can be way off sometimes. So this Singers by Leland Bell, who I do know, as we can see, it's a Manitoulin Island artist. Quite beautiful. But I would have known it's worth money, but I wouldn't have known how much. Okay? I got some lozenges again today. Just again, when it's all damp like this, my body can be quite reactive to the weather outside. So I do apologize. I'm definitely a gunky boy today. Gunky, that's probably not a word people like to hear. But there's a Milo Bowmain, like this bad boy, gold medal, smoked glass, technically worth $3,000. So I'm glad it's going for at least 127. Hopefully we'll see a little bit of competition in the bidding as we head towards the close of this auction. But technically a $3,000 table. A great display piece. Definitely something that like you could feel like you could find in your grandmother's house. I'm standing on one of my hair ties because of course. Soon I will be moving most of my reselling items into the warehouse. So that is also like the chaos in here will be mitigated ideally by pushing things into the same warehouse that we're running these auctions out of. And I am very excited for that event. I'm a little concerned about my audio. Okay, there we go. We better? Yeah, I was peaking a little bit there. Okay. Excuse me being a major tech geek and managing everything necessary all in one go. Can't wait till I can afford to pay moderators. But this bad boy, no scratches, great condition. We had it in a retail storefront. No one bought it. The retail storefront is not exactly good at marketing their products. If you've been around for a while, you know who they are, but I don't name names because they don't deserve any extra advertising. I do not respect how their business is run. But man, even this thing, it's so cool to me. I have a table that is an heirloom, a family heirloom passed down through my family that I very much cherish. Otherwise, I would be intrigued at the idea of taking one of these. But part of being a reseller, and we'll talk about it often, is mitigating your own hoarding habits. Hoarding habits. I sound like an old-timey news reporter there. Hoarding habits. These two-tier style tables, used to see them a lot. The quality of construction is high, but I think it's just with like modern interior design practices, it's hard to find like a practical layout spot for these. So I have struggled to sell these like old school two-tiered tables. It's like clearly they used to go beside big square couches, like big square couches. And I find it interesting. They'll definitely make waves again, but again, we talk about the hoarding. Can't set aside a table for 5 years because we need to complete the turnover of this auction house on a consistent basis, right? Now again, the big wow for me the goddamn garbage cans, bro. Garbage cans. I even recall, like, me and Patty were like, oh yeah, well, yeah, okay, we'll put in 2 garbage cans. 23 bucks? I guess it makes sense, because when they retail, you're like, you'll buy one of these for 20 bucks at your local home hardware or whatever. But $23 for garbage cans is, like, exceptional. We try to hit the target of a minimum $20 per lot sales price, right? Like, that's what's optimal for us. It's a fair setting, right? It means that we are setting our goals at achievable heights, and then as we acquire items, it's a good little benchmark to be able to then, like, okay, so will this go for $20? Can we put it up with anything else that will allow it to go for $20? And then in terms of our profit margins, if there's 150 items, they all average out or they all sell for 20 bucks, that you're hitting a decent amount of money to intake. Like, you're making it worth your while, right? This tubular armchair matches the gold table exceptionally well. It does have a small issue in it. It does have a broken seat base, which I think he photographed. Like the wicker on it. Wicker. What does he call it? Wagner condition. The seat has a split in the wood underneath. Yeah, right here. So that's the one issue with it. But otherwise, it's a beautiful little rocking chair. Would be super cool to have it on a porch, but obviously that would, like, completely degrade the item. So very reasonable to be at 26. Could go for higher, but no need to hold on to it. Pots and pans, time and table. Another one I cleared out. Shouts to the homie Wastoid Vintage. He was helping assist a clear out at an Airbnb house. So in that case, I took out a lot of the utensils there. A lot of the, you'll see I have, like, household products, iron, a kettle, all that fun stuff. And since it was an Airbnb, it was barely used. And Time and Table is a semi-notable brand. They're all in pretty good condition. No major scratches. You can just, the bottom of it shows the minor signs of wear, shows that it was used. But in terms of, like, the aesthetics, getting these brand new are probably like $80, $90. Possibly even more, considering it's a pots and pans set. But you can see just minor signs of use, but nothing, like, alarming. Even if you were to go to, say, a Value Village or a thrift store, probably like 10 bucks a pot and pan. So considering there's 3 pots, 2 pans, $43, reasonable mark, right? Household wall mirrors, I'm happy these went up. They are quite pretty. There's nothing too fancy about them, but they are, like, standout pieces. These are great hallway mirrors. We did batch them up because in a, we got a hand. I thought I did good. Damn it. I did my best to not appear in it. See, at least the hero image, I'm not in it, but we got a Bebe hand in there. It's got the right amount of patina, like these little chips make it look old when it's probably 30, 20 years old. I'm getting old now. It's 2025, so maybe 40. Maybe I could go 40. 17 bucks, very reasonable. Again, we're going for a $20 minimum, so that's fair. These angle clamps, very interesting angle clamps. I presume for plumbing, but quick grip corner clamps. These buggers, very interesting piece of, like, so you maybe for trim, I guess. Kind of put them in for trim, and they've got all these extra. You knock them in like that. Yeah, it's got to be for trim. Trim or like baseboards and shit like that. Excuse me. Excuse my language. Family friendly programming here. Not usually. If it's your first time catching this, you're watching this video in the future or currently, I want to let you know there are times I am a little bit loosey-goosey. And the auction link is pinned on each platform. So on Twitch and Kick and YouTube, you can click the link at the top of your chat and participate in this auction. We are closing for 9 p.m. So as typical, around 8:35, about half an hour, 20 minutes before the auction, I take a quick breather, I catch my zen, and then right before we'll come back 15 minutes to the auction, and we get things banging. Because I put on my full auctioneer voice right now. This is me toned down, mediated presenter mode right now, all right? But when it's auction time, I gotta use my journalism skills that I was taught and fucking fly through the facts. So we'll see. No text from Patty. No text from Patty. He may come through. If not, you will see him in the chat. 12-string hollow body. It's very cool. It's a project piece. Super cool guitar. Very awesome. I was surprised that it was a 12-string. It does need, as you can see, like it's kind of obvious. You don't even have to be a guitar geek. Like, look at those braces. The strings aren't stringed. The receiver, I think that's called the receiver, because that's the neck. I think that's the receiver. There's probably a better word for it, but definitely needs some TLC. But Aria is... Oh, and it's missing a nubby. But those guys are also easy to get. If you're going to buy one of the nubby, I'm sure someone's going to buy the full set of the nubbies. Aria is a guitar brand that used to compete well with Fender and Les Paul. They used to be one of the notable brands, but they kind of fell to be like a tertiary guitar producer, and then definitely in our modern like 2000s years lost their cachet. I think they started selling guitars to the big box stores, so just like a couple other brands, they kind of like lost their cachet because of mass production. But when you're talking about guitars, that is a little ironic because Fender and everyone is mass produced as well, right? So it's just this illusion of artisanal creation. But hey, that's how capitalism thrives nowadays, right? What is an IG model but an artisanal content creator? So stained glass ceiling light. It's one of my entries, $14. Disappointing, you know, I would like it to go for more, but same sentence as before. Even I put one into the last auction. I was given the spiel about how it's like sometimes it can be a little bit of a bummer when things go for less, but we had a new family come. They bought a new table. They bought the other stained glass lamp. They bought a couple other things, and it was fairly inspiring. It was like, okay, it was another good reminder that it's like, look, we helped this new family furnish their entire home with beautifully unique pieces. So there's no reason to be upset about the fact that it's like, okay, went for less of a dollar amount. Now I just have to make sure my other revenue channels are secure. That's probably the biggest concern there, right? But it be what it be. It tease what it tease, you know? Call back to that old meme. I was with the boys this weekend at an arcade, and they kept breaking that one out. It's like, oh, I'm getting old. Some of the internet memes I be using that I relate to are a little outdated. I'm getting washed, bro. I'm full unk. I'm getting close to unk. Definitely unk age, bro. Definitely unk age. I don't feel unk, but I'm big. If a kid who watches Kai Cenat stream were to drop into the chat, I'm definitely too unk. Definitely getting up there in age. At least I'm savvy to what's going on the internet. But so these guys it's sick. These crates. It's evidently not a milk crate because it's got ginger ale bottles in it. But these old crates are great collector pieces. There is a whole market for them, and on eBay as well. People just like to collect the different decal varieties. But it seems like for auction, just for some reason, people just aren't interested in them. And I presume it's because it's an oversaturated market. I think it's much like coin collectibles. Like a lot of like elderly folks held on to them for quite some time to in the expectation that they were worth quite a bit of money. But at the end of the day, no, they didn't retain that value, right? So it's like when you're dealing with ceramics on eBay, you run into a similar issue, right? You could find this dish that when you do the comps, the dish is technically worth $50. All right? Technically, the dish is worth $50. And why is my ad... Okay, no, it's not. Okay. I thought it was telling me my ad on Twitch was 5 minutes. Okay. Shocked me. Like, so derailed, too much multitasking. If you could find like a high-end piece of ceramic, right? And you see the price and it's like, okay, this thing's worth $50 on eBay based on the comps, right? You're not wrong, but who is in the market for buying that $50 piece of ceramic, right? That's one of the tricky issues. Like a grandma who really wants that flower pot styled piece of ceramic, unless you're doing a large amount of volume to accommodate sitting on that product for a couple years, you're kind of like missing out on a sales opportunity there, right? It's just taking up more space in your inventory. Model SA, weird placed photo. Critiquing Patty on that one. Not a great centered photo. Photo not centered. Rule of thirds not applied. Model SA504C, powers on. Built-in speakers with FM radio. Looks pretty sick. 4-channel discrete matrix mode and FM stereo. 44 series, Panasonic. So same thing as I told you before. Even if these components don't function fully as you would intend or expect, that they are like great for harvesting, for repairing existing pieces that you already have. Base set dinnerware dishes. Glad to see this is also going up to $9. Pulled this out of the Airbnb estate. Nothing too big, nothing fancy. It's a base set of dishes. So you need some dishes. There you go. $9. You fill out your brand new home. Fantastic. This Mexican fine art book was also from me. Starting my eBay hustle, I gave that whole spiel about ceramics. I ran into the very similar issue when it came to books and art books. I was like, okay, this thing retails for this much amount of money. Definitely got to be worth my time. Not really. I sat on it for at least a year, probably a year and a half. For some reason, ladders, very successful. Step ladders, been killing it for us in auctions. I got a bug Patty about not having his images centered. He's got to turn on the rule of thirds on his camera. In a lighthearted way, I got to be like, yo, you got to put on the grid. Put the grid on your camera. Everything is a little bit bottom there. See, there, better centering. See, it's all bloop. Got to stand up, lift the camera up, get it in the center. I digress, though. That's just me being nitpicky as an ex-photographer. I guess I am still a photographer. I was talking about that the other day as I was at the arcade with my friends today. It's this weekend. It's like, ooh, we got arms. We got arms in the photo. I'm like, I used to be a professional photographer. I guess technically I still am. But when the market is that anyone can be a professional photographer with their cell phone, it's like, so what really differentiates me anymore? Like, I still put photographer and videographer on my resume, but technically, what's the difference, you know? Like, am I really any different than all those other folks out there? But anyways, I want to remind everyone that I do simulcast. So I am on Twitch, I am on Kick, I'm on the YouTube. The best way to support is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I did also recently unlock super chats. Arms, we got arms. We got arms in the photo. Alert, arms alert, arms alert. Maybe there's one of the fucking emotes. Arms in the painting. That's arms, dog. You're reaching, bro. You're reaching. Quit reaching. That's arms. This leather piece, it's beautiful. It's stunning. It's a great bedroom accessory. I would put it in a front hallway, though, personally. Oh, latch is broken. I didn't even know that. I like it, but it's $27.50. Yeah, you Stoned, if you're in the chat, you might have missed that we had a Manitoulin Island artiste. This mother and child, Leland Bell. We've got two of their pieces, and they're doing okay so far. Quite a beautiful. It's pretty. There's another one at the top going for much more buckaroos. Scroll up to the top on that bad boy. Where is he? Right here. Leland Bell, $33, singer. Kind of drum circle energy, I think. Yeah, I figured you might think it's relevant just because I know Manitoulin Island is also close to home for you. I like it a lot. Leland Bell lived from 1953 to 2023. What a round number. I would protest the description a bit, but at least he tried. He put Anishinaabe, but I don't think it's Anishinaabe if they're from Manitoulin Island. We got some jumping around going on in the bids. Signed print, but 20 out of 100 is pretty crazy. I think if it was an original, we would put it to like an art auction house. So things are going up. We got a little bit of competition. I ran through these top items already. Garbage cans are surprisingly in the most bid items. The painting definitely jumped up, but we got some competition on the tricycle. I didn't go through the tricycle yet. We got 2 antique tricycles, which, bro, this is an L. I took an L on the tricycles. I was like, oh, these tricycles, they're going to run it up. They're going to run it up. Also, Stoned, if you want to get in on the auction, this is the one with the StarCraft 2 guide. Oh, and the Abstergo, the Assassin's Creed one. So I would recommend, and I will ship. If you buy it, because you get special privileges, if you buy it, I will ship it to you. For free. Free shipping. Let me add the asterisks. So Tricycle is pretty sick. Is this the one with the cool graphic? Yeah, the AC book is in this one. The AC book is in this auction. It is. You might be able to get it for $1 even. I don't think it has any bids on it. I think the Assassin's Creed book has no bids on it. Where is he? I think I flew past it. Yeah, right here. Assassin's Creed official handbook. No bids. A lot item number. Oh, I don't know where to see it when I'm on the actual thing. I can see it on the main page. Lot 101. Lot 101. Oh, it's in the top left of the photo. Stoned in the chat saw me taking photos of this. It's pretty cool. It's interesting. So Assassin's Creed, right? If you play any video games, it's got that whole like lore that they are going into the memory access machine. So this is this one's for Assassin's Creed Unity, I think, possibly one of the later ones. And it's supposed to be set up like it's an employee handbook. So all the pages are like these little journal notes. So as if you were the guy going into the memory machine, it's set up with all these like cute little pieces to make it so that before you're going into the Animus, you're briefed on the project you're working on, which I think is awesome. It's very cool. I'm surprised they didn't do it for more of their strategy guides, to be straight. So lot number 101, you can see, this is for the entire chat and also for Stoned, you can see that the link to the auction is pinned in the chat of Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. So if you want to participate, it is not too late, and that rhymes very well. And in that case, then you can sign up, you register, you just need to sign up with an account and a credit card, and you can get in on the bidding. I would recommend, if you are enjoying any of the pieces in particular, if you're bidding on multiple items, be sure to hit that heart icon, favorite it, right? And then you've got the auction watch list, so that way you can make sure that there's no glitches, you don't miss any of the pieces that you know you desire strongly, right? It's just a little added bit of security. There are sometimes glitches with the platform, so unfortunately one of the most efficient ways to be sure that you get what you want, I want to note, Max Soul does glitch sometimes. It has been an issue that was communicated by multiple of our buyers. So if you want to make sure that you get the items you want, hit the heart button, add it to your watch list, and go to the top right here and click your auction watch list. I'm hoping they fix that soon, because the other feature that is a little broken is the hide closed lots, and I have to continually refresh as I do these auction reaction streams. Ahem. Well, you see, sir. Thank you for completing my speech. The last second snipe is actually difficult to do in these processes, and that's also why you want to make sure that you favorite and watch list the item, because it is a soft close auction. So if there is competition on the piece in the last minute that it's closing, it does extend the bidding time so that it can prevent snipes like that. I am a big fan of the soft close process. As someone who sells on eBay, this was a problem of early eBay. Often people would come in like big whales and just snipe all the eBay items out from underneath your feet. But if I'm correct, many people on eBay also transitioned to doing a soft close process. So both Max Sold and the private software platforms that are alternatively available primarily function off of the soft close system. Beaumet and Mercier leather laptop bag, 23 bucks. That's good to see. This thing is intensely high quality. I am very grateful that it's getting the attention it deserves. This thing is sick, and I mean, it's Beaumet. Beaumet's like a luxury brand. The leather was insanely soft, very high quality. Just because of the way it's written, like you would have heard rappers talk about it. You would have heard rappers rap stuff with Beaumet. But it's spelt this way, right? Beaumet, Mercier, it's a lot of, they're very easy. It's good to flow with other words, but we're not going to get into rap theology. Dynex aluminum tripod with bag. This Dynex aluminum tripod was actually one of the starter kits that I had for photography. And although it's like a good mid-level construction, ain't no big complaints. It's fairly sturdy. This one is fully functional. Like my mid-level one, I've got a pretty mid-level one now, but the thing is it's definitely heavier, right? So it's less likely to get blown around and prevents a little bit of the camera shake. In terms of build quality though, highly acceptable. An antique thermometer collection. Ooh, I've been sitting on these knives for a while, so if they go for $6, I am happy. $5 on the rocking chair. I know Patty thought this rocking chair was not going to sell. So glad it did, but you ready for this? This one, only $11, which is, it is what it is. It is what it is. But we've got an antique phonograph. If I were him, I would have put record player in the title just in case. But this bad boy, man, I got such an itchy head. Because it was raining today and my long hair, my hair started to mat, like turn into dreadlocks. And now my scalp is just the driest ever. I'm gonna have to wash my hair after stream. That's because it's driving me up the bloody wall. But this is like a phonograph. It's one of those crank record players with the old school style frickin' needle. And it's going for $11. Look at that fast and slow meter. Those are the speaker cabinets. It's all quite cool. It's got that old school look to it, you know what I mean? I love how the old record players latched like that to get the right angle. Yep, still functional. Probably needs a little bit of TLC, so let me add that asterisk for any of the buyers watching stream. Again, I want to say thank you to everyone who is participating on YouTube, but I did, because I reached YouTube Partner, I did have my stream links. The RTMP coding did bug up, so it's definitely not going to be as busy as it normally is today. Yeah, it's so sick, man. It is one of those, like, we needed to get rid of it. So, glad it's finding a good home. We talked about it before. I'm sure the person who's going to come and get it will be very happy. Toaster, $4. I know Patty's very attached to this wash tub stand, so he may have something to say about $4 on the wash tub stand. He's dragged that guy around since I've met him. Clamps usually do pretty good for us. I mean, they're pretty universally used, like regardless of your specific trade. But so we got some woodworking clamps, some welding clamps. We got a spread of clamps. Let me clamp them. Thinking of Futurama on this one. And we got half an hour to auction close. Auction closes for 9 p.m. EST? Are we EST? I think we're EST. 9 p.m. Toronto Standard Time. TST, we're going to call it. If you want to hop on, you've got about a half hour left to register for the auction. And if you're watching this in the future, we do host these on a monthly basis. Okay? So don't be afraid to subscribe to the NarleyMedia YouTube channel, where you're going to be able to see me do this on a consistent schedule. And I do assist with other auction closes with a wonderful duo called Acorn Auctions Hamilton that ship across North America. Woo! When I have to do the shout outs, it's always like it's one of those humble reminders of it's like putting in the grind, you know? Because it's like I'm doing all of these announcements to folks that may not necessarily be here just yet, right? It's like I gotta put in the work. I gotta talk to nobody as if I'm talking to everybody, right? Yeah, before I go full auctioneer mode, we're dropping a Lawson's. We're getting a Lawson's drop. Standing doing these, way better though. Big standing boy. I'm doing a big Captain Morgan pose right now. These cassettes. I'm not pissed that he put them in the auction, but I would have much rather taken them to market. But we already have a bunch more, so it's fine. But I much rather would have taken them to market with me, I'll be honest. Looks like we've got a bit of bidding going on. We got a bit of bidding. Get your bit of bids in. Red metal table base. Looks pretty cool. Wicker laundry basket. Usually the wicker does okay for us, so I'm sure we'll see that jump up in the last 40 minutes. Headphone lot, very cool. We've got an antique child's wagon. Okay, so this is like the red racer wagon, but actually older. This thing, pretty sick. I was shooting it, and you know what I found funny? I put it in the description. I think it adds like a bit of like old school pizzazz to it, because it's got a farmer fix. It's got someone, instead of having the clamp, they just stuck a nail in it and bent the nail over. I'm like, what a farmer fix. That's very Canadian red-green fix right there. Other than the nail clamp, the piece is still highly functional. And it is made in Canada, if I'm correct. It was a Canadian company. Considering that era, definitely not made in China, but possibly made in the US of A. So get in on that for less than $5. That's a steal. That's a steal. Cabbage Patch Kids, up and down. Souvenir commemorative lot. This one I didn't see Patty to. These golfers I thought would have gone for way more, but we did get them for free. We got them out of one of our estates, so very understandable. Very, very fair. Oh, he just threw together a bunch of the stuff. Bunch of miscellaneous lots that we've pulled from a couple other homes. Well, I'm glad it's going for $2. Hopefully someone gets something they deserve. Those little boats, the craftsmanship in them are incredible. These Greece tourist maps sometimes sell on eBay, but we have to optimize the listing for the individual platforms because we are expanding at such a rate that it's really a matter of capacity and work hours, right? Which is not a bad problem to have. And we've got the Toastmaster blender going for $2. Well, how much is the Toastmaster toaster going for? Is $4. I always found that ironic, because I guess like once you make toasters, you call your company Toastmaster. You're gonna go with Toastmaster for everything else. It's just like Toastmaster blender. Your branding's a little bit off. Sorry to tell you, sir. Sorry to tell you. I will be taking my short break shortly, and then I will be back for 8:45, so we are nice and ready for auction close, okay? We are nice and ready for auction close at 9 p.m. If you want to participate, the link is pinned in each of the chats, all right? Handmade oud. So this thing, the handmade oud, this is like the bard from The Witcher and shit like that. Oh my God, I'm trying to watch my language. For future things when the YouTube link is working properly for the people who don't know us so well. I gotta watch my tongue. You know what I mean? But this is oud. It's like a bard's instrument. It's like an old school guitar. Great craftsmanship for $1 is a wild. Like, that's just fun. I hope this finds a good home. It's with the custom bag is absurd. With the custom bag is wild. You're getting a steal. Bro, you should be super happy with that. Auction pickup will be this Saturday, and we will be at the warehouse when you do the pickups. So don't be afraid to drop in, say hi. All right. For family friends, such as Stone, such as other people that are around, don't be afraid to ask for shipping. I will gladly ship to you or to close people if it is dearly important and you supplied the right dollar amount. I would also be willing to ship your items out. Now the thing is, if you paid $3 for a bunch of plates that weigh 40 pounds, we will have to negotiate a little bit. I would still be interested in doing the packing and setting it up for you, but I have to add a little asterisk to be safe. Lots of stuff going for $1, which is totally fair. This precision tricycle, okay. So I shared this the other day on my Instagram. This precision tricycle, best logo I've seen in my life. I think this is one of my favorite logos ever. Look at that. Look at that. It's just a raccoon with balloons on a tricycle. So it's a party raccoon with balloons. Bro, talk about old school graphic design theory. That's so sick. That's like the best. A party raccoon with balloons is the best graphic design on a tricycle. That looks so awesome. It's just a part. I love everything about it. I was like, that's one of the best logos I've ever seen. That's a top tier logo design. That's Party raccoon needs to be a Twitch emote. Yeah, especially with him floating in here. Man, maybe we'll make a party raccoon with balloons. Just so I can say that for the rest of my time. Oh, Patty is en route. We actually do have a monsieur coming. So you know what? I am going to take my breather in a second. We will switch to the other screen, but we will stay on here for a moment, and I will let you guys witness. I have to adjust the set a bit. We'll move the webcam over. I didn't have it particularly. I was a pessimistic bugger. I didn't expect him to make it. I didn't expect to see a Patty here. So I will move this webcam over, move this microphone over a little bit. So then we got Patty chair. I'm already a little too high on this, so that we can like lower this a touch. Fix it over. Reset it since I jiggled it so much that it undid. Yeah, because then this should be good. I can do the standing. He'll be sitting in the chair. Mike might be in his face. So maybe we'll make sure he's scooted over here. And we'll hang out and I'll do the Captain Morgan right here. All right. We're ready, y'all. Okay. I am going to take like 10 minutes off. I will be back at 8:45, all right? 8:45, I will be back. Okay? Auction closes 9 p.m. If you want to get in on it, now's the time to get in on it. Thank you to Stone. Thank you to everyone that has come out so far. Again, it's a little disappointing because I did bugger up the stream links for YouTube, but I see that we've got a couple of you in the chat watching live right now, so don't be afraid to drop a like, drop a sub. It's the best way to support at the moment as we're growing, okay? And otherwise, my name's Bailey. I'll see you in a moment. We got Big Patty in the house coming up, and I am having my buttons be misaligned with my flannel. They're not. I always laugh when you got the janky misaligned plaid, But all right, y'all. Catch you soon. Catch you soon. BRB. We're gonna throw on the BRB screen. See you in a moment.
How much is this?
All right. All right. So we're live? Yeah, we're squared up well.
Yeah, what up, guys?
A little taller here. I can lower that just a
Bro,
touch.
I can grow.
Whoa. I've been liking the standing so far. The standing keeps me more engaged for sure. Yeah. There's one there for you if you want it.
Bless. Look, I got my special amulet from Luella.
Is that your good luck amulet?
That's what she gave it to me, you know, I was like saying I gotta go work, and she's like, what? It's like, I got a present for you, and she runs out and she comes back with her frozen amulet. So hopefully
that is adorable. So hopefully Patty's daughter brings us some good luck.
These bids don't freeze. The app, the website doesn't freeze.
Yeah, I know.
Like frozen.
I did take a slightly, we'll see. I'll review how passive aggressively it comes across. Hey, what's up, Jeffrey Hahn?
Oh, Jeff.
Nice to
Jeff.
see you, Jeffy.
Jeffy, baby.
I'll put the chat up on this screen so it's easier for you. I'll use my nerdy screen on the left here so I can see all the other stuff.
Welcome, Jeffrey.
Nice to see you,
Are you
Jeffrey.
bidding tonight, baby?
So
you know your mom wants some of these things.
Before we go to the main screen so that everyone has the main focus here, we've got 15 minutes left till the auction close. So I do want to remind everyone, if you want to participate, the link is pinned on each of our streaming platforms. So I'm on Twitch, I'm on Kick, I'm on YouTube all at once. And again, the great celebration is I made YouTube partner. So if you want to super chat, you want to donate, you can donate on YouTube now.
Donate.
But the unfortunate part is it kind of buggered up the link that I put into the... He said no, he doesn't.
Come on.
Yeah. The unfortunate part is it buggered up the link that I put in each of the auction items. So it's definitely a little slower than normal. But I want to remind you guys that there is a chat bot that relays it. So if you're participating on one of the platforms, the other people can see what you're saying as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So that out of the way, Patty. Why do you want to go most bids? You usually like to go from the bottom. What do you like to go
definitely from the bottom. Let's look at...
From most bids from the bottom?
No. Well, go to lowest bids then.
Price lowest.
Oh yeah, I guess price lowest. Yeah, lowest bids.
Yeah, it doesn't have lowest bids.
Yes, of course. So, nobody wants this Guinness game.
So here, one
Guys,
second.
it's a drinking game.
Let's switch to the window for them as we get into it. Again, everyone got 15 minutes. If you want to participate, now's the time to jump in. It's always good to have this man back here. Papa Pat's
Yep.
been busy with the kiddo,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like he's going to have trouble selling his dresser.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, at least I get to keep the clothes.
Yeah.
No, I mean, what do you do with that? So, I guess I'll send it off.
Marketplace.
Refinisher, maybe? Maybe Marketplace. You know, it's been on Marketplace for months.
Oh, okay,
Marketplace,
seriously.
like, since it moved in, it's been on Marketplace for almost a year.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you repost it on Marketplace?
Oh, yeah.
And it's still okay.
Yeah. You
I wonder
know,
why. It's not bad.
I've had some interest, but nobody ever came through.
Tongue and groove as well.
Yeah, Dovetail, it's nice. It's a great piece.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
So,
I'm surprised.
I don't know, like, do you just salvage the mirror and ditch the dresser?
Probably.
That's
Probably
like a
salvage
classic.
the mirror, and then if we have a refinisher, give the refinisher the cabinet.
I'll call Sinead. As a matter of fact, I'll send her a quick YouTube link. Just maybe she'll drop in here.
That's what he said. Yeah, Jeff says to fix it up.
Yeah. Well, that's something that can be done. That's not something that we do.
Yeah, that's
now.
we want to, but
We would love to.
time capacity. The
But-
records, I'll take to market for me. They did well at my flea market. I'll just take the box of records if no one buys them. So it is what it is. I know they're a bit
Or
heavy.
these
so.
ones, because if they're kind of like we'll look at them. The person who's buying the Amphion phonograph
Should want to buy them, yeah.
can have those if they don't go for anything, or like we'll look at them. But if they're scratched and wrecked, they're smash, bro.
They are good
Because
smash
these
ones, yeah.
smash so good.
Those are good smash ones.
They smash. Like, other records don't smash like those records do.
I'm not surprised that this poster isn't going. The Cold Stream, I thought
poster.
someone would take it.
The Motherhood, Supreme
yeah, the
Motherhood.
the random Bollywood movie poster.
Yeah, well, it's
Oh,
not
no,
just a
it's-
poster,
it's
right?
not
It's
Bollywood,
on a
it's-
stand.
I think that's Tamil.
It's too bad because there are 5 more.
Well, I'm thinking we'll have there's a way
My thought was to
we'll just repurpose it or like
even
go
leave the
painted
horse.
white
I was thinking you leave the horse and saber, mom,
and add our own title to it.
and add her and just cover it up with sticker.
Yeah,
You just put sticker on it, but it won't roll up as well into the machine. Maybe.
as long as it's thin and nice and sturdy, it should still.
We have some of that colorful sticker paper, that like really nice
Yeah,
stuff.
let's do that. I
You
think
could
that
do
should
that?
Work. That should work fine.
Like
That's hilarious, but I think it's. I didn't know you put
I would
that
honestly,
in.
I'd just throw them
The
out.
fridge, I thought someone might take the fridge.
It's scrap. That's good scrap.
It's
Come on,
definitely
people.
scrap. You gotta
just
tell.
book your scrap pickup for $1 right here.
Yeah. I was helping my grandmother with her restaurant supplies as well, and I noticed this is a very consistent issue with the fridge reselling. It's just, if you're opening a new restaurant, you're going to spend the $2,000 to buy the new one, and you're not going to bother taking the risk. And then all of a sudden, this fridge technically still has $1,800 in it, but who's buying it, right?
Nobody. Nobody's buying it.
Yeah, I thought I sold some of the other old books in this auction, so I thought these would go, but I've been struggling with the music books, which is very fair. The diorama also sold in the previous auction, so it's like,
Right.
okay, I'll run it again.
Yeah, it's still time, you know. Just because it's 0 now doesn't mean it won't be 1 later.
Whole lot of mugs, fair, but the people, the houseware stuff
Yeah.
and the entire dinnerware set is bid up now, so I thought, but I guess just not mugs, which is fine. Same with the tablets. I made it a separate piece because there's so many.
The tablet sleeve,
Yeah, so many tablet cases in this auction,
Yeah.
and they're all bid on. So I thought someone might want just the sleeve, but in this case, we also same these small travel bags. We had a lot of them in the previous one, and they went well.
Yeah.
And now no bidding on the small travel bags. So noted, they just will have to do a bigger lot of travel bags.
Add a saw.
Yeah, add a saw. Maybe that's where we'll sell them. Saws, in case people don't have the context, we're totally cursed with saws. We've tried to sell saws in every bloody context. And Marching into Madness says, "Are you winning? What's the high score? And what game mode is this?" Yo.
Yeah, this is the losing game mode.
Yeah.
But we're winning on the other end.
Yeah. Yeah. We're playing.
I think we're winning-ish. You know, we'll see how it comes down to it, but you know.
The self-employment game mode on hard difficulty.
Yeah.
That's what we're playing right now. These were all slightly on me, I will say. Like, well, they're fully on me. Let me not. I'm displacing a bit of. So I thought the travel power adapter. These retail for like $30 almost.
Okay.
So I was like, someone will pay $10.
Yeah.
For a functional travel adapter. This Plum Club kit. It's a luxury jewelry company.
Right.
It's like a luxury jewelry club. So I thought maybe someone wants the merchandising product from it.
Yeah.
Like, I can eBay this kit.
Walshy, what up? What up, baby?
What's up? So these two instincts fully wrong. This one was a test. I figured out someone might. Well, it's a UK wall charger, but okay, noted.
Again, we got to be doing these tests because we're learning what the market wants. Yeah. And we're going to keep trying because the market's always going to change. But now, you know, you can put that charger onto eBay.
Yeah, I guess that's what we're gonna have to do. It is all three of these, right? It's like all four of these items that I took an L on have a competitive market on eBay. So as part of I comped it and people were buying.
And now it's photographed.
Yeah.
So that's like that's reasonable option.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's what I'll do next week. I'll cycle the unsolds right onto it, but. Strategy guides too. We've sold some of the strategy guides in auction. Didn't work this time, which is fine. These lamps are like on.
I like that slide bar light fixture.
So do I. It's a great little kitchen piece. This is like you'd want to put it above your stove, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty like.
Neat. If that, you know, I might try to repurpose that for the boutique. At Bazaar.
That's actually a great idea. Yeah, put it against above some of the smalls or above the clothes, so it's shining down.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I like that a lot. It's high quality build too. I thought these brand new
I think it'll get bid on though. I think someone's gonna hit that.
There's no way. And bottles.
I think Andrew Walsh is gonna hit that.
Yeah, there you go. Patty's gonna peer pressure the guests that he's bringing in his stream. And shouts out to everyone watching. Again, there was a little mix-up with the links in the auction items, so you can expect us to be busier for future ones. Best way to support is to drop us up to the YouTube channel, and that's where you'll catch all of our auctions on a consistent basis. And I do multicast, simulcast, so we're on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. Spiel's done. Vintage bottles.
What is up? Vintage bottles. No
just
one's
can't
interested.
fucking sell them. And I find they have the same issue as ceramics. Like if you put them on eBay, they sit forever too.
Rude. Yeah. Smash.
I get
No,
these
you
are the
can't.
two that are
Yeah,
tough.
yeah, those
the
are-
Coca-Cola bottles are
Yeah.
the Tab and the 7-Up. I'm like, it's cool. It's a piece of history.
Yeah, maybe you could try to turn the Coca-Cola bottles into a lamp. Sort of thing.
I'm big on the like low effort lamp ideas. Like we need to get like
Super low.
LED strips or an LED node and then just drill a hole and just put an LED in it and it's done.
Yeah.
And then that way it's like a 20-minute process and then you put it in Bazaar and it's fucking $15.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
I've got some ideas. It'd be interesting if you could make a Coca-Cola lava lamp.
I was watching a
That'd be cool.
bunch of videos about that previously. As far as I'm aware, it's just like a heat treatment issue because some of those old bottles weren't meant to be warm for days on end.
You mean you didn't like to drink your Coke after leaving it? Like, heat it up? You didn't have a warm day old Coke?
I think we could make it work with some of these older Tab and 7-Up maybe.
Yeah.
But I was watching it and it's like some of the more modern glassware just wasn't intended.
Yeah.
This toiletry bag, I'm just gonna have to. We're gonna donate it, or I have to take. I thought it's sick. I'm like, I've been carrying it around like, and no one wants to buy it. It's like this fold-out makeup bag, very 90s, and I'm like, oh, some hipster's gonna want this. No, I totally just big reselling out.
Yeah, it might be worth taking to like the next Trinity market. And again, you have it in your like $1 bin, $5 bin.
Yeah.
And then when nobody buys it,
Just
if
get-
nobody buys it, then you're just donating it. The Milwaukee battery chargers, come on.
What? That one's the crazy one.
Those grapevine shears. Hello.
So
Those are
we'll-
sick.
And then we've got 4 minutes to close, so we'll
Yeah.
go back to the closing.
And
soon,
that's it
just
though.
to
That's really good.
we got a very good bidding percentage.
That's good.
Now
And all these could get some money.
yeah, we'll see how our dollar amount goes for the overall auction.
Yeah.
But we've had a lot of our percentage is great.
Do we want to know what we're at right now? Oh, it's about to start. You should go.
Sure, but it always is outdated. Okay, I'll go to the closing soon, so that
Because
we're
it
ready.
might be starting. It's at 8:59 on my phone.
This what the okay? What? It's always right before auction. Okay, yeah, here we go.
20
We are
seconds
getting
left.
going.
Oh, we
Lot
got
number
it.
two.
$5. $5. I got
$5
six.
on the struck tube chairs.
5 going 6. I
pretty
got
good.
6.
Yeah.
I got 5 going 6. 5 going 6.
Art painting going for $1. We've got
Yeah.
the time to drink decorative wood block also
Yeah.
going for $1.
great. Take
Okay.
it.
Large wood frame chalkboard. The taco night is going for a little
Yeah.
less than I
That's-
thought, but that's okay.
Doesn't come
Cabbage
with any
Patch
tacos.
Kid did get bid up. The Cabbage
Yeah,
Patch
that's
Kid
sick.
was way lower when we first entered. Again, these bottles and jars we've been struggling with, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Painted cow, I lost the over under. I lost the over under.
Yeah.
I thought we were hitting the 20.
I was hoping that wouldn't
painted
even
cow.
sell because then I could just give it to somebody that I know as a gift. All right, we got some closings here. We've made a couple bucks. We've got a couple bucks.
Couple bucks in our hands. No
And-
Guinness. I could probably
Yeah,
put
no
that on
Guinness.
eBay.
That's crazy.
The-
Come on, guys.
we
That
got-
is worth $1.
2 of the big bid items coming up. We've
Marantz
got
is up
the
to $350.
Marantz
Wow.
speaker at $350. I have a feeling if it's that high, we're gonna get another bid on it. And the B&W Electronics.
There, that
I
just
kn-
got another bid. But
I knew that was going high.
that
enough.
Marantz, I don't know if they're gonna go too much higher.
I think they definitely will go up a little bit.
Like I'm wondering, like, yeah, I think the market just isn't flush with that sort of electronic, right? Because you could get it for that close to that price elsewhere, but then you might have to pay for shipping and all this other
Etc.
stuff. So,
Yeah, and you're kind of paying.
oh,
most
somebody got the
people-
painted. Oh, all right. that's
painted
right,
cows.
just
Still $1. Still $1.
Never
Didn't
mind.
go up. Didn't go up. Oh, so that's, hey, don't feed my
So
ego
these
that much.
rose-colored glasses.
Yeah.
Uh,
I really got to complain to Max Sold about this hide close lots button because it
Yeah.
does not work.
$5 for the chairs. Okay, $1 for the cow lot. Let's go.
Cow lot,
This
we'll let
East
it
Point
go.
ring toss game.
I'm glad it went
that
up.
that is good. That I used a lot. I used to take it to markets, Wednesday markets, and
Just-
people could throw for discounts.
That's fun. That's
And
fun.
you get one toss, and whatever you could get it on, you get that discount. Nobody ever got any discount. It's not the easiest game.
I noticed at my last flea market, I have to have a toy on the table. Everyone loved having a toy on the table.
Right.
So I got an Etch-a-Sketch out of the last estate I just picked from. I'm going to have the Etch-a-Sketch on the table this time.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah, see that Marantz, it's at 350. Like,
12 seconds left. Really? Not another bid?
someone's going to go. I got 350. Go 360. I got 350.
Wow. I really thought,
360. Willie give 360. Willie go 360. I've been practicing my auction chance.
Ooh. Oh, it's closed with the extended. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
I got it. I was wrong there. Clear.
And
B&W Electronics going for 30. The Sharp Stereo cassette only $2.
That's a sick cassette deck.
Definitely 100%.
So
And the
someone's happy with that.
JVC $1. That's again, if these little DVD CD players, I can easily put these bad boys on eBay. So they're gonna
Yeah,
have
I mean
to
$1.
go,
Come on.
Gonna have to be eBay sales for the future. The cassettes, $5 is. It is what it is. I would have rather taken it to the flea market, but we've got so much overstock that we just need to move things.
Yeah. I guess because you could do dollar cassettes.
I would sell them. Yeah, I would do $3 a cassette. Those are good notable bands. So, but same thing about our feel good stuff. Who knows? Like last time we sold a bunch of CDs, it was a mother like building a collection for her daughter. So, oh, and you were right. Someone paid $1 for the early vintage records. As expected, and the early Amphion phonograph just went up. Yeah, just went up to $14. Hey, we got to get our own sound effects going.
Yeah, I almost brought a bell, but
we're gonna have to. Yeah, we'll have to send our rep an actual email about the closing, and then can you add a sound effect?
Yeah.
The high closed lots is I'm gonna dwell on that, but the Amphion phonograph it's fair, but it's such a cool piece that I can't believe that it's not getting more attention.
It turns like I don't even know exactly how it works. Is the speakers built in underneath?
Yeah, the speakers are behind this cabinet part.
Right, and it's all mechanical, like no electronics necessary, and it turns. What more do you want?
Yeah, I guess nothing else, eh? $11, $1 Living Hebrew.
$12. Yeah, there you go. 11.
So your Polynesian mask also got bid up. That was only at $1 prior. And
that's cool. The guitar project is super cool. That's doing good.
The oud was. Well, I thought the oud was so cool. Maybe. Oh, you did put project piece. Damn.
Yeah, I think it's actually decorative. Like if it didn't sell, I was gonna give it to my friend for her restaurant.
Oh, and your guitar case was also only at $1 previously.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
And one of the golfers got bid up.
Yeah. Come on, only one of them? Those Leland bells are still sitting.
But the
2333.
One of them got bid up while I was reviewing. I think it was this Mother's one ran up.
Yeah, but they've been there for, I guess, since before when I left when I was reviewing it. Okay, let's see, closing.
Handmade oud. We're going to clear, okay?
Yeah. Alrighty.
So,
the World Souvenir Commemorative Lot, $2. You got it. You've traveled all the world.
Yeah.
Souvenirs for only $2.
Stock a whole souvenir shop. Golfers going. We've got $33 and $23 on the Leland Bell, which is.
There's the Amphion was bid up to $20.
Oh yes, it did. Cast iron sink at $2.
$2.
It was at $1. It went up.
It's at $2.
$57. This guy ran up. He was a little bit lower, and the two-tier table was lower than $20 when I was looking at it previously.
Yeah.
Looks like your abstract painting also got bid up to $24.
Yeah. Wow.
And
the Bowman is at $137.
The Bowman's bringing in a little bit of value.
Oh my goodness, that's got to go for more.
It does. It is stunning. It's very unique.
That has got to go for more.
I'm just very happy it got bid up to that price at the very gosh darn least, but it does.
You know, it's whatever because
that was
my
high-end piece.
Precious table. And then when I had a kid, I had to get rid of it after she tried to climb on the top.
Yeah.
And miraculously, nothing happened, but I was like, I gotta get rid of this before something bad happens.
Yeah, I was saying if I didn't have such a fancy table in my living room, I would want it. I would have paid for it.
Okay, the guitar is up to 100.
And we got another bid on the phonograph.
23. Let's clear.
MC Vintage, you want to clear?
No, it's not.
Oh,
it's none of it's closed.
We're up.
Oh yeah. 65 on the stained glass. Did that just go up?
Yeah, just went up. Just got some competition.
Oh, 70.
We'll see if the electric guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got a little competition going on for the stained glass here. The MCM 2-tiered vintage table going for $24 has been dragged around for a bit for us.
That's fine.
Cast iron sink. I really thought someone would want it for their cottage. This is what we were talking about privately previously.
Yeah, I want it for my cottage.
Yeah, I am surprised, but I'm sure that's a marketplace piece if the person doesn't pick it up. The phonograph going, okay, these got bid up, but it's such a rare piece to go for $23. But
yeah,
such is our auction choice of career.
I'm just watching this Bauman table because like this little vignette here, those 6 items, are my favorite items in the lot.
We'll keep tabs on these because we'll let the stained glass go as it goes.
Yeah.
The vanity mirror, I think we've got a little bit of competition going on for the hallway vanity mirror. I've had even some of my peoples tell me that they're very interested in it. It does have a leather detailed finish.
Yeah, it's nice. That was in our hallway for years.
It is beautiful. It's like a gothy as well as like a prim and proper aesthetic at the same time.
Yeah.
Bauman about to go. Bauman. I'm being.
That's gonna be one of those things where something weird is happening and it's gonna refresh and it's gonna be at like $200.
Let's see. I'll open a new tab. Let me double check. Nope. Nope. That's not what's happening.
Oh. Well, if Chris. Oh my goodness! Wow. Someone just got a great deal on that.
Yeah,
table.
hopefully it's our boy Wastoid Vintage. We'll have to see.
I don't think it is, but I wish it was.
I'm gonna do a clear. Holy shit! Did you see that? The look.
What?
Look at that. The Pure One's folding shelf went up to $56.
What the heck?
Yeah. What the hell?
Okay. Well, that makes up. I guess, see, that's the sort of thing that makes up $80?
$80? Why this?
See, how is that?
I love our careers. I can't believe that. I
Like,
can't believe that.
How is the stained glass?
Only it went for $70, and the Pure One import shelving is now at $80, and we threw it in as like a.
It's like,
We
well,
don't
I
want
guess
it.
I won't keep it.
Yeah.
It's at $95.
Holy shit, bro!
This
What the hell?
And nobody wants the Supreme Motherhood movie premiere poster? Come on. You can have that for free.
And the
If you
wicker
buy
baskets did go up. The hallway
That's
mirror
nice.
at least went up to $30. The wicker baskets seem
That
to
was
do well for us.
That was my laundry basket forever.
They do go up. Hopefully I can have a real laundry basket after.
$105.
No way. What the fuck? And at least the King Louis went up to near our base price point.
Oh my
The
goodness.
King Louis chairs were
What
sitting
is
low for a
going
minute.
on?
I can't believe that.
Oh my goodness.
126, bro. Stop it. What
If that
is
goes
happening?
more than the Bauman,
Resetting.
I'm like,
It's probably
I'm
gonna...
just,
Oh no.
I'm giving up.
We do it.
And I'm not, because I'm definitely not.
Don't you won't?
It's what? is going on?
$156. They went for
I've never
more
been
than
to Pure One Imports.
Oh my god.
How much is that table? Maybe they don't
No,
sell that shelf.
they don't sell it anymore. It's like dead stock IKEA. It's like the weird dead stock IKEA thing, but it's not 150.
One. Well, it's, you know what?
Shouts to
It
the
served
buyer.
us well. Like I, you know. Jeez Louise, I didn't realize it's.
I know, and compare them to these King Louis chairs. These are stunning works of craftsmanship. This is like
This is
folding.
craftsmanship. It's a work of craftsmanship.
yeah.
Stunning, you know. It's nice. Home decor lot for $1. There you
This
go.
is gone. And thermometers did run it up.
That's good,
Thermometers were
yeah.
sitting low.
So see, it's like the saws. You just need more.
You just next lot would just be 20 saws.
Okay, $166 on that folding shelf now.
Chat says Pier 1 is closed down now, so it probably sells well no matter what because they're dead stock.
Interesting. You know, it shows what I know. I went to Walmart today, and I'm like, I never. It's at. You know,
Thermometer got bid up, so shouts to y'all. If you're watching the chat, if you're in the live
it
stream.
is hot in here. This temperature.
17 went up again. We got thermometer competition.
Yeah.
And the King Louis chairs ran up to $24.
Okay,
Okay, this is what we
nice.
like to see. A little bit of battles. Pier 1 Imports, I do know closed. I'm fine with
Yeah.
Billy Koch there. Xbox video games, same thing, got to do a bigger lot. These OPG
Yeah.
sticker, these were at $1 earlier. $26, I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, that's nice.
I'm hoping that whoever bought these will buy all the other hockey cards I have in the lot.
And the Tamayo book is $18. That's great.
I don't know how to differentiate why that art book
You know,
is selling in contrast to the other art books we've tried to sell. I literally don't know.
you know, a lot of people commented on that book, and when they saw it at like $6, they were like, "Oh, I bid on that."
Just
Like, my sister was like, oh, I saw that art book. And she's like, oh, I'd like that. Which makes me think we should do a bunch of the art books that
we should
that I've
probably,
gotten.
I guess. Evidently, I'm willing to take that risk.
You know,
'cause
we got to keep trying. Trial and error.
it
And
looks like Pier 1's going for 166. Thermometers are about there. King Louis are up to
Louis
24.
Louis.
So when these three close, then I'll do a little reset.
Yeah.
Pier 1 is the same quality as HomeSense, which is slightly higher than IKEA, but not by much. Well, and then in the same way, there's a big market for buying like vintage IKEA and vintage Pier 1, and it's slightly based out of nostalgia and slightly based out of like anal interior design, because you're like, let me replace it with the exact same piece, right?
Yeah.
5 seconds left. 166 went for more than the golden table.
Didn't the golden table go for 167?
I thought it went for like 130 something.
Shit. You're right.
Yeah.
Shit. I can't believe that.
At least the cost got made up. By the
I mean,
throw,
of course,
right?
yeah.
Tameo about to close for $18, which is good. That's okay.
Yeah.
That one.
$17 on the thermometers. The cigar box.
$11.
That got bid up a bit.
Oh,
That
someone
was
put
nice.
$1 on my 2K game. So
There you
alright,
go.
get 'em outta
Thanks,
here.
guys.
The 2 knives, $4 in the household irons. Okay. At least they
Okay.
got individual bids. So probably these three I would put in a lot and still do the iron separately is the next move there.
I think I mean, if it's the same brand,
That's. I wasn't
You
sure.
know.
It was big. I wasn't sure.
there's a consideration there.
Yeah.
Again, it's also just like we need to be really well versed in what this stuff sells for new.
New. This one was like $30. This one was like
Yeah.
$20, and this was like $35 to $40.
Yeah.
So new, they're justified to separate.
Well, but if something is new $20, then it's only $10 lot, so it's
Yeah.
not a $20 lot.
Touche.
But you gotta, it's like who's boiling water for their smoothie
Yeah, exactly.
or like for their toast.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like maybe
Tea and toast and tea.
I guess maybe you
And
bid
it's
up
a-
the lot if you want the one item, but I was also like, but if I want a blender, maybe I don't need a toaster. Like I already got a toaster.
If I have a blender, why do I need a toaster?
Yeah.
Just put my bread in there and I blend it out.
Then I don't gotta worry about it.
Nobody's buying the mugs. Come on.
I really thought, because look at this dinnerware set went up to 11. So
Yeah.
I thought if someone's buying the dinnerware set, and that would go with it. The glasses are pretty nice. Too.
Would go with it, yeah.
The glasses were the
they
problem.
do look nice.
That one I didn't second guess. The glasses were like they should sell as a good lot, but
Right. Yeah.
evidently, yeah. Oh, they got bid up as we talked about it. So shouts out to chat.
Dos Equis.
It's always the inspiring. I love it when people bid it up as we're talking about it.
Whole lot of mugs.
Yeah, I
Whole lot of mugs.
I couldn't help it. A little bit of creativity comes out as I'm doing the description.
Bid it up. The pots and pans did
Yeah, well,
doing
yeah.
well, and I think both those Pyrex dishes are getting some bids.
And-
$1.
So
Hey, you know what? I wanted to put them all together, and so the lot of 5 would have been $1. Now
now we got $2.
$2.
But yeah, listen, I guess you just throw them all together. But I'm surprised they're Pyrex. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me double check. That's not an important person. I just got a big buzz to see. Nope, no one important. We're okay.
Yeah. Taking important people. The important people are just here in this room.
Yeah, no one else. And in the chat. So thanks to you
Yes.
guys for watching live. Hey,
Yes,
hey.
you guys are in this. You guys are considered in this room.
Yeah.
In our hearts and in our spirits.
You're sharing space with us, even
Yeah.
if it's digitally.
Yeah.
$43 for the pots. I needed that win because our profit splitting proceeds are looking bad for Bebe out of this one. We got the kitchenware lot going. We got the Pyrex going. Servingware lot, $6. So that's I think that's the best we could have done. So maybe next time it's like we just put all 3 of these just big.
I don't know. I don't think so because the person that wants the Pyrex doesn't want the corn plates.
That's true.
I like those corn plates though. Okay, I
But
want
no one eats the corn that much. I've always
eat the corn. You gotta sell it in the country.
Yeah,
You gotta do like a country pop up.
country.
If we had a stall like up in the country.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that's probably, yeah. business talks for later, but I think that would be more valuable than city retail space. But I'm glad this ran up. This guy ran up recently. That was way lower when I started doing my reaction to the auction earlier.
Yes.
So that's a fair. The last one went for like $12.
No, the last one also went for like the same amount.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was lower. I'll be humble.
I showed this to Emily. I was gonna bid up to $40 on this. I showed it to Emily and I was like, "Are we?" She's like, "Our house is too antique," and I was like,
Yeah.
"You're right."
Yeah.
She's like, "Something modern, please." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah. That's
I'll
fair.
bid.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Faux fern, $2. $2 just got bid up to $2.
Hey, that's nice.
Got it for free, so whatever.
Faux fern.
I guess I'll batch up all the prints.
Oh, those 2 household wall mirrors.
Yeah, they got some appreciation.
That's
They hit the
good.
minimum. They were
That's
getting bid
good.
up during the reaction time.
Yeah, that's all right.
I thought I separated these strictly because this was Kate Spade and this was
Yeah.
Beaumet. I figured it would be worthwhile, but it looks like just because Beaumet is much of a higher end luxury brand
Yeah.
than Kate Spade and the other one, so it makes sense that this is higher. But I figured it would be worthwhile, so maybe the Kate Spade and this guy go together next
I was
time.
doing a clear out earlier this week, and someone had this like laptop bag, and they're like, "Oh, this is really nice." And I was like, "Nice? What's the laptop bags like?"
Yeah.
None of them even had any bids yet.
Yeah.
And then when I saw this get up to 23, I was like, "Wow, that's actually quite impressive. Like that's reasonable."
It's a designer brand. It's like a cross-culture designer brand, like rich white people, but like, Beaumet, you hear old 90s rappers talk about it, that type of shit.
Right.
So, it's cross-culture notable. I just figured if we
Yeah.
had a buyer for that, then,
Yeah.
but I guess
Well,
not.
Hey,
I
you
guess
do.
not.
What do you mean? You do. $3.
Yeah.
Hey, come on.
Touche. We gotta be humble.
So this is getting into a little bit of a.
We're getting into
Dead
the
zone.
little dead zone of the lull.
Come on, where's the excitement, guys? Where's the excitement? Where's the money?
all buckaroos.
Okay, but we got somebody coming for those
43
two pieces.
on the tricycle at least.
43 on the tricycle.
And your rocking chair, right? Actually, at least sold for a decent amount of money.
And 28 on the wagon. That is nice.
And shouts out to Marching into Madness, even though you're
Yes.
one of the diehard homies. I appreciate
Yes.
you for dropping the subscription on Twitch. Thank you very much.
Did you have to resubscribe
Yeah.
every month?
Yeah.
Bless.
Bless. Yeah. Bless. So that's.
If
two-
you want, you
$2.50
can have the
for
Queen
bacon.
Anne style chair for $2.
Yeah,
As a bonus.
Come through. Whatever doesn't sell, you can have your pick of the lot. That will be your subscription bonus. Rocking chair went up again. Just I
Yeah.
got ascended. I'm gonna do a clear, so these all go back to the top.
Yeah.
I'm pretty far down. Okay?
Yeah.
So Beaumet about to close for 23. Ooh,
Yeah.
Packard with DKNY. DKNY I also thought was a notable brand. It's a good condition bag. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, all right. The other earbuds, as you can see, got bids. So it's like, let me split up the earbuds a bit. Nope. Okay, bad call. Big batch of earbuds. Rado. I don't think anyone knows what this brand is. I didn't know what this brand was.
Yeah, it's like,
It's supposedly high end. I
Yeah.
guess that's another. I'll put them on eBay next time instead.
yeah.
They're supposed to be a luxury tech
That
brand.
solar powered speaker, that's an interesting thing.
Yeah, it like suctions to your window, and the solar is on the outside,
Yeah.
and it charges itself.
Yeah.
I didn't know that existed.
It would be interesting. Like whoever's getting that and they get to test it out and figure out how that works, that'll be really cool.
That's I 100% want to ask the buyer, like, did you know what this brand is,
Yeah.
or did you just buy it on a whim?
For $1.
Yeah. I'm like, cause I
Either way, we're down.
and all my photography stuff did great for us previously, and the Canon antique light, not good.
Yeah. Well, we can trial some more in the next one.
All these video game books, we need to like maybe we just give them to our book guy. I got to give up on the video game books as well. Our comics
Yeah.
also didn't do well, so comics, magazines, and just
The Betty and Veronica's, the Archies? Who you're talking about?
we'll see as we get further down. But funny enough, at the flea market, I sold almost all the Archies you gave me.
Oh, really?
So maybe I need
Really?
to just take the Archies
wow.
to the fucking flea market.
For what? Like a buck of... No, not
$3
even
a piece.
$3 a piece?
Yeah.
Oh, did you take those nice ones though?
No, I just split them up kind of arbitrarily.
But you took the 4 that were in the plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took the 4 that were in the plastic and not as bent up, and it was like $3.
Yeah, those were the nice ones.
And everyone was like, okay.
Yeah, those are worth $3 a piece. These ones are more like of an assorted lot. Oh,
Yeah.
$2.
Yeah, we're looking
Yes,
at $2
marching
on
into
it.
madness. Got the Queen Anne style chair for $2.
Yeah.
And $2 on the 3-drawer dresser.
I thought they would go to 10 at least, so
They could still, because they were at 1 and now somebody's bid 2. So now somebody could bid 3.
Yeah, this is yeah, that's how money works. Your wagon was also way lower before auction.
Yeah,
started.
so why is the Precision tricycle not as high as the Troxel tricycle?
I agree, and the Precision tricycle has my favorite logo I've seen in all of our
Yeah, that
antique hunting.
cute raccoon
Yeah.
is like so cute.
The party raccoon with balloons.
Yeah.
I've been loving just saying that. My brain's been caught on that sentence. So we're looking at the bicycle. It's fair. The garbage bins, I would have expected. Garbage bins.
You know, other people that I showed that to, they're like, yeah, for sure.
Garbage bins.
The garbage, because one of those bins is like $30 new.
Yeah, it is, but it's just absurd to me.
It's absurd to me. It's absurd to me too.
It's like I come across so many of those as we clear out an estate. So
Yeah,
I
but
guess
those
we
ones
gotta
were
take-
in excellent condition. And
So-
I even the narrow one, the bathroom style one, like side,
Yep.
had bags, and I put a bag in it when I photographed it.
Yeah,
Did you photograph?
I photographed it.
Did you put a bag in it?
No.
Did I put a bag.
You
in
must
it?
have put a bag in
Oh,
it.
I think I left them there, like I set them
Yeah,
up
it's
to
for-
photograph
yeah.
them, and then didn't.
Yeah, so I just shot them right away.
Gotcha.
Someone put $1 on your slide bar light that you wanted. We got dollars on the bottles, so at least
Dollars
they're
on the
going.
bottle.
Dollars on the bottles. We got
Hey,
the
that's-
cast iron planter up to 80.
That's putting us closer to like a 90% sale rate.
Oh yeah, we're on a we're great sale percentage for this auction.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if the dollar amount will be at our goals. I'm gonna clear right now.
Clear.
Clear. StarCraft 2 about to go. Assassin's Creed about to go. I might send that one of my friends stoned in the chat wanted the Assassin's Creed one, so maybe I'll just mail it to him. The Queen's Chair about to close. The MCM $2.
$2.
Oh, a bit. Why did it? Okay, whatever. Max sold is weird sometimes.
Smacks.
Rocking chair went up to $14, so it's worth our time.
$14. Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Well, to get it out of here, we have at
Yeah.
least listed and get out of here, and not just scrap it.
Yeah.
That's evidently the Queen Anne would have get it done.
Yeah.
The Assassin's Creed, you already missed it, $0, so you're too late,
Yeah,
sir. You're
yeah.
too late. I don't see if you're gonna pay $55 for one of the tricycles. Why not pay $50 for the other tricycle?
Yeah, unless you're already winning it for 6.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I guess. Why am I gonna run it up? I already got 2 trikes for the price of one.
Yeah. Well, that's nice though. That wagon is great.
The wagon is very cool.
It's like such a great display piece too.
It's Canada made, and then I was showing off the farmer fix to the chat. I
Yeah.
love that it. Someone just
Farmer
stuck a
fix,
nail.
you mean
in
I
it.
did that.
No,
I'm
you
joking.
didn't do that. That's way too old. I'm gonna call you out.
How
on
long
that
do you
one.
think I've had that?
I've had it since I was a wee lad.
Just a wee lad.
$2 on the slide bar fixture. Someone just bid it up.
That's right.
Oh,
Fight
Frank
for
said
it.
20 at least.
$5.55. It went up again.
Ooh, we got some competition.
That's what I'm talking about.
At least people appreciate it. And again, if you're watching,
555. Next bid. 666.
we've got some savvy bidders in our auction listings because they know to put the cents so that it's harder to
To tally our totals.
harder to tally our totals, and it's harder to fight because they know if someone's not paying attention and they just put $5 and they win with the cents.
I guess that makes sense.
Ha
No.
That's it was always. I used to work at a coffee shop, and one of my colleagues, I always loved it. Like people would come to buy coffee and they'd pay with change. And his shtick, and it was adorable. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm giving you change." He'd be like, "Don't worry, I'm not afraid of change." And I'm like, "Okay, that's a great dad joke."
Yes, I will definitely use that.
These vintage bottles going for $1. We got the cast iron planter going for $80.
$80.
Another sort of tossed away. I would have put it at $40. So another.
I was glad that I didn't give it to Emily.
Fair enough.
I was like, it's maybe gonna hit $20.
Like
If I took that to the Trinity sale, tops ever I would ask would be 40.
Yeah.
And if someone was like, I'll give you $30, $20, I'd be like, sure, take it.
Yeah. I recently have just been watching more of like the eBay sellers, and that's for some reason there's like it's another weird. It's like an audiophile market. People look for these cast iron planters.
Yeah.
I
mean, and they're the plastic ones that you find are like the resin ones. They're nice.
Still $5.55 on the slide bar. $6.55 just ran up. There we go.
$6.55. Someone savvy.
A little bit of a
enough.
battle. Yeah, savvy fighter. We got a savvy fighter in the chat.
$10 on that backpack. You know, it took me actually a while to warm up to it, but the more I looked at it, the more I could just really feel like a rebel if I wore that.
Yeah.
A part of the rebel forces, especially with the orange.
Yeah.
Like that's so iconic in their fighter suits, right? Like that's the backpack that they wear getting into the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And Andor just finished. So.
Right? So like, come on, guys, $10. Whoever is letting that one get away.
Sub Cassian Andor. Yeah, exactly. Buy the backpack, it'll look just like Cassian.
Yeah.
Solid wood. So the chair gone. $80 on the cast iron planter. We love it. The bottles are gone. This has had some more competition.
Juicer.
That thing is an old school motor. If anything, I would.
It works. It is a powerhouse. That was my sister's, and she didn't want it anymore.
So this candle and this have $1. So our sell-through rate is high, even though the total probably isn't that high. Samsonite hard sell. We'll see. I wonder if anyone actually picks that up. If they don't pick it up, we gotta fucking get it out of here.
Yeah. Deal. Fucking deal. I'm gonna bring it right here.
Yeah. Maybe my roommate can use it for art stuff. That Black & Decker 12-cup coffee maker. What are we gonna do with all of our fucking coffee?
Hey, we're almost out, except for the fact that I just got a coffee maker.
Oh my god.
My cousin gave me a coffee maker. I was like, bro, I actually have this exact coffee maker already.
Yeah.
And it's nicer.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck? Don't give me this.
We're inundated with coffee makers.
Yeah.
The clock's got a little bit of bidding. I know we've got some clock people in our email list, so I suspect it's probably.
So that's it, because I would have put those together.
The last one's got good attention separate, so I thought it was worth it, but.
I mean, I see it. I see putting everything as one lot. Like, you should, always individual items. Like, I feel like that's a good way, and if it's a good thing, it'll hit and it'll pick up, and otherwise you're just.
Yeah.
Because even 2 and 7, that's fine.
It averages out, and then especially with items that small, I guess when it's small and easy, that was like, it doesn't take up much time to write the description and get it out of here. Yeah. We got a bid on the ashtray for $1, which is cool. It's a vintage Avon. Even these comics, so our sell-through rate just jumped up. Someone decided to clear house for us.
Someone decided to show love.
So shouts out to y'all if you're watching. I appreciate whoever decided to pop through and just like hook it up.
Dollar bids, y'all.
dollar bids, y'all. Do you want to clear? You want to clear?
Clear.
Getting pretty far down.
Now, yeah, but still some lots left. We haven't even seen where all the clamps are at.
The clamps got to be running it up.
Where my clamps at?
Where the clampers? Where's the
golfers?
The clutch.
Those did they already go?
The golfers, I think, already went.
Did they?
Yeah, golfers already went.
Okay.
Try not to spoil the prices.
Yeah, let's not spoil the prices. Let's just dizzy, nauseate people.
Yeah, just make them all dizzy after burning
speed
their eyes
scrolling.
with. Yeah. Sorry, you just gotta learn how to read as quickly as I can.
So dollar lots.
Fair. The papyrus, I'm surprised.
Surprised that it went for $4, or that it.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
A little bit of both. It was like I kind of put it in because even if you read my description, it's like the laziest description. I was just like shoot, throw it in. It took me like a second.
Yeah.
It's another one of those tourist trap pieces, like vintage tourist trap pieces. So I was like, is someone interested in this?
Pope lot.
Pope lot at $1. We just can't sell the Pope stuff.
We did. We can.
For a buck. Yeah, for a buck. Mother's Day plate, a little too late.
Oh, but $1.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. That's great.
Hockey cards going for $3, whatever. Those have sat in my locker
It's
forever.
never too late to tell your mom you love her.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's
With
true.
a plate.
Yeah. Sorry, Mom. Here's your Holly hobby. I know I'm 2 weeks late, but a little bit of competition on the Entourage DVD
There
drop.
you go. Rescue Me. That's the thing. Rescue Me in there. And there was some other good stuff.
There was some other good stuff. I really wanted to see how it would go. Some of those I would have pulled for eBay, but I was like, it would have
you
detracted
gotta-
from the price.
Yeah. You gotta just trial in this still.
Always. Continuous trials.
The motivational pencils.
It was the same trial. I was like, can we sell stationary individual? Evidently, I'm going to say no. I would
The
put them with more
McDonald's
pencils.
milkshake.
The milkshake maker I thought would go, and I figured if we had, I put the CF radio headset because we had so much antique audiophile stuff.
Yeah.
$0.
$0 fucks.
Meanwhile, the trainer or my shitty bass amp was sat in my locker forever.
Yeah.
$30. And I didn't hide anything. It has damage in the title, so I'm surprised that it's going for that much. I know Trainer is like a good mid-grade brand, but as we sit it. CF radio
yeah,
bid.
See, there you go. Someone sees that.
Oh, and the McDonald's. Shouts out to the chat. Jesus, someone's coming in and just
I thought
cleaning house.
we were gonna get this deep freeze in. I thought we were gonna start making milkshakes.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
This
having
is
a real
funny. Yeah, we
time.
got someone just like stocking their storefront, it seems like.
Maria, if you're out there.
Yeah. We see you. We see you. Italian bread bowl with your bespoke cozy.
Yeah. I think it's okay. There you go,
Archie's
the Archie Comics.
We got $1, so yeah, it's just it's interesting. Yeah, we've definitely got someone in here just cleaning house, which is great for our stats. It's interesting.
It's great for our house cleaning.
Yeah, take it out.
Yeah, seriously.
Porcelain figurines, like
That's you know.
it's disappointing. Like maybe because they're so small, if we have porcelain figurines of this size, it's worth putting online because they don't take up storage space that much.
But do they sell? And it's like, sure,
so.
if they
For
don't
more
sell,
than
can
$1.
we? Yeah. Can you sell them if they normally are selling? You know, if people greedily ask like $20 a character, and you just enter the market and you're saying, here's $5 each.
Yeah.
Buy multiple, save on shipping, sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. This seems a little bit of a better deal than us getting them stolen out from under us. But
Well, yeah, I'm happy again.
it's in all the ethics. I started the stream by commenting on that because it's always the person who comes is going to be some older person who truly loves them, and they're very fulfilled by it.
I don't know about that one.
Oh. Maybe I'm too optimistic this time.
Oh, $11 on the fur hats.
Fur hats went up. Yep. Fur hats went up. The base mate did get another bid there.
32.
Copper pot, signs of age. Working is funny to have on that. Oopsies, if that was me that wrote that title.
Signs of working age.
Yeah.
$5 on the hockey cards.
That's fine.
Those
Those ones I'm just happy to get gone. I hoarded them.
So like $1 each on these shell lots, or did anybody bid them up?
Buck each on the shell lots. Oh, and the serving ones.
Those were bid up. Those were at $1 early.
They were at $1 early. I think it is one of my acquaintances that wanted them.
Cool.
I had someone like exclaim to me how excited they're. I can serve food on them.
They're very clean. They had a sticker like made in Japan. Right. So
Yeah, I guess harvested. I guess they aren't made in Japan. Yeah. Bread bowl. Well, at least shouts to whoever's buying everything for $1. Still, we're trying to clean house for someone.
Show up.
Yeah, show up. Take them. Please
Okay.
take them.
$11 for the bow.
Broken bow.
Yeah. Okay. $24 on those angle clamps. That's cool.
You're welcome. Yeah, thank you, Raza. Thank you, Marching into Madness.
Yeah.
It's not me. Again, everyone, I do simulcast. We're on Twitch, we're on Kick, we're on YouTube. It's a bit of a slower evening because of my own link boo-boo, but that's okay. We got to show up like everyone's watching.
Yeah.
It's always one of the fun, creative parts about being a streamer.
We're here. We assume you are too.
Yeah, and you never know how many people are behind an account. Like, even last time we did a live stream, we had someone come and they're like, yeah, our whole family watched it together. I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, shoot. Oh, darn it. Oh, sugar.
Aw, shucks.
Yeah, oh, shucks. We love you. Thank you, family, watching us.
That wooden cane handle. That's cool.
$5? I really
Yeah.
thought it would have gone for more, though.
$6.
Oh, it just got a bit up, yeah. Dynex tripod, those things don't go for too much. MSRP, they're like $25-$30, so I thought it would be worth it. But same with this exercise lot. We need to get out of here.
Yeah. What else would you do with your...
Family time is watching y'all auction stream. It's too funny. Hey, sometimes we got kid-friendly stuff in here. Imagine if one of the kiddos wants some comics.
Come on, some clamp lots? Just think of how much
Yeah.
fun you can have with your siblings.
Daddy wants some clamps. Mama wants some kitchenware. Does it make
Whoa,
sense?
whoa.
Yeah. Okay.
Daddy wants some kitchenware.
Yeah, you're right.
Daddy
right.
wants some clamps.
I shouldn't put a gender on who wants the
Mom
wares.
wants the construction starter lot.
Hand cards, cane handle, $6. About $11 is anything running up. Set of clamps, still $24. This one got bid up. The assorted clamps. We got a little clamp competition going on here.
Oh
This
yeah,
guy also
those
did
are the
clamps
nice
random.
ones, because those
Yeah.
are the nice ones. Those are big. Those are nice.
They're big. They're
Thick
very
clamps,
nice.
Made in England, heavy-duty cast iron beauties. Nobody's buying the Milwaukee battery chargers.
Which is absurd.
Timmy?
Timmy, buy the Milwaukee batteries. The C clamps are like, I've rambled on almost every auction stream of like those wrenches and screwdrivers that I gotta learn the mark. I gotta figure out where I can learn about that. I don't know what makes them valuable. But those,
Yeah, I think made in England.
those like steel handmade tools, I just don't know. Maybe it's the factory. I don't know, whatever. I digress. So it's gonna get too distracting.
Head shears.
So the modern head shears going for $6, but they don't want the grapevine shears.
That's fine. Those are all me, baby. All me. I'm gonna take those.
You just use them for your tree up front and shit.
Yeah. But nobody else. I don't want anyone else to have those. Oh, Milwaukee battery chargers for $1.
There we go. Thank you to the
We should have
buyer
like
cleaning
a
house.
We should have a faux cheer, like thing, like
Yeah, the next upgrade I should get I should pay for the sound effects, and then we can hit the sound effects.
Well, we could just have like a sound effect, like thing.
Yeah. Oh, like on our phones?
Yeah.
I can also have it tethered to the whole system.
Yeah, that would be probably better quality sound.
We can have it set up for the warehouse too, right?
Yeah.
Chat says the competitive clamp scene does get too much sometimes, so he retired.
You gotta release your grip, or you just need better clamps.
It always just makes me think of Futurama, but I don't know if you watch that.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Futurama, the clampers, one of the gangsters was clamping time.
Oh yeah, I'd have to watch that again.
Yeah, see, no, exactly. The hardware mesh, I thought this would also go for more.
Well, I think it was just out $2 to just get bit up. Or no, I guess not.
Because if it's only 30 seconds left. And then we got someone cleaning house.
Hey, that's
whatever. It's great for our stats.
That's cool.
We'll just have to push that to our max sold rack.
As
We'll
long
be
as
like,
they
okay,
actually
so-
show up.
Take them away from us. Oh, $2. We got a little
Yeah.
construction competition.
Yes, jazz.
Take them. Jazz fingers.
Jazz.
Milwaukee battery chargers. What are we looking at? Still $1? No. Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Get them out of here.
Yes.
Clearing house.
Yes.
Clearing
Nobody
house.
bought the grapevine shears. Those are so sick.
They are very good.
Those are sick, bro.
Those are another of like, again, I love cleaning rusty tools. So
Finders keepers. Yeah, but we got too many.
I know.
And I keep setting them aside for you. And And I'm just like, I shouldn't be doing this. But I'm like,
No.
of course I'm going to be doing this. Start a construction lot, $3.
Yeah, last one.
That's sick. That's going to go up. That's going to be the long draw here.
And
It's going to go to $8.
$8 on the starter
$8.
construction lot?
Do you want to play an over under 5? Who's going to buy the beer after this?
I'm going under.
You're under 5?
I'll go under 5.
We could have both been over 5, would have been okay, but definitely over 5.
You think over 5?
Definitely over 5.
We're at $4. So
Oh, okay.
You're getting contentious. I'm going to owe you a beer. What happens? Is 5 a tie? Is 5 a tie?
5's a tie.
Okay. So over
Oh,
under $5.
it's at 5. Oh, my
no.
goodness. This is
I'm
gonna go
lose
pro.
this one. Oh, no.
Pure, someone knows.
I'm totally going to lose
Someone
this bet.
is ready. You know what it is?
Oh, I lost
And
the bet.
this is the beauty in this lot. It's that husky tool carrier.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
The
like
husky
this
tool.
is
Yeah.
the art of lotting here.
Man, I
The
lost
art
that bet
of
so
lotting,
quick.
you know?
All right, I'll buy beers on the weekend. God damn. I
Is
really
it gonna
lost that one so
Is it
quick.
gonna go up anymore?
You
though?
said 8, so we're gonna pray that it goes to 8. We're
The
gonna
art
have
of
faith that it
lotting,
goes to 8.
exactly. You know it. That's what it is. That's our whole life is just spent looking at stuff, being like,
Does
Is
this
that-
need more?
yeah, does this need more? Is anything ever enough? Well,
Yeah.
if this stops at 6, you might think that I rigged this.
It does feel very rigged. It does feel like you had someone watching, and you're like, okay, when I make a bet with Bailey for beer,
Yeah, when I say over under 5, if he says under 5, you bid over.
you gotta hit
If
it.
he says over 5, you stop at 4.
Yeah, I'll give you 2 of the beers.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
the
Lord.
art of lotting is like seriously probably one of the more experienced tactics though, especially when you come through a house full of junk like we do. It's like you have to understand like how many of these small pieces add up to value. Like say you saw all those video games books of mine didn't sell, so is it like if I add more of the video game books together, does it make a difference, or do they all just sell for kaputs? Like cassettes is another example that we were working with since we started the auction house of like we tried to do 3 notable cassettes, it didn't work. We tried to do a stack of 20 cassettes, it didn't work. And then we tried to do like a single notable high-end cassettes, that didn't work. So then now, even then, we put the batch of 30 and it sold for like $6. So it's just all that testing to understand the quantity and the variety aspects that you need to apply. But
Yeah.
good
Wow.
input. Yeah.
Oh, I was just I was just focused. I was just watching that. But yeah, but that's entirely it. Is
No,
that you know, is it enough on its own? Does it need more?
We'll do price since it's the close.
You know, you don't want to. This is just
The,
too hard
the
for me to watch.
folding shelf one.
This is just too hard for me to watch.
Do you want another drink while we're here though?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go fetch for you. You
Can-
can chit chat with them.
Okay. I
What?
can chit chat.
What? Do you need a break?
No, I don't.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
I guess maybe I could take a wee.
You need to
But,
take a wee?
Yeah.
Okay, you go take a wee.
Okay.
I'll get beer after. And we'll do a rotation. So, chat. Decent close, very interesting. I won't spoil all the results for Patty by babbling too much. But it is very interesting to see. Some of these things definitely wouldn't have expected them to run up so high. And definitely the dollar amount for the auction is at an acceptable rate. Definitely very acceptable. But not for my projections. I wanted to come out with a little bit more profit margin in a very fair capacity. We're hosting this with a lot of like ethical means behind what we do, so it's not necessarily about getting rich off of them, but you know, man, you still gotta pay bills. Patty's got some kids to feed, you know what I mean? Fortunately, we do have other sales outlets that help round out the entire aspect of this business. But I am our sell-through rate is growing every single time. So talking about some of the larger business aspects, like the fact that we only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, still more than I thought. So about 20 items. Didn't sell. Which is closer to our acceptable percentages. The last few that we've had, like when we first started, we're on our like 8th auction now. And the first few, the percentages were a little horrendous in terms of our sell-through rate. The dollar point is the less of the concern as we build our audience, because even I've noticed if you look at our mailing list, it's growing at a very successful rate. But it's about getting those buyers to come back so that next time when they see something they really want to spend money on, they will. So interesting. What do you want? What sort buy do you want me to leave you on while I take my washroom break?
I'll start at the lowest. Oh,
You want
is
to
that
price
really
lowest?
only our total?
It always takes a minute to go though.
I think it's better now.
It's possible though. It's not looking too good.
Lord. Well, that's all right, guys.
All right, my turn. I got to
Yeah. So looks like, we had more hopes for this, but it almost did about $2,000, which for us isn't enough. But hey, we're gonna keep going. Now that's some big items. These two here that we'll figure out what to do with, I guess. Lordy. And then other than that, look, we got 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 22 unsold lots. So 22 out of 169. Anyone want to hit me with that? 22 unsold lots on 169. That's like gonna be something like 10%. So we're at about 90%. Okay, that's all right. 90% is actually good. And these are pretty obscure things that aren't selling. A lot of $1 lots. That's the way it rolls. That's what max sold is. It starts at $1, so you can get it for $1. And get it. It was God. Look at all these $1 lots. That's all up in her. Bakeware trays, Pyrex, video games, home decor, frame prints, all sorts of electronics, the Coca-Cola bottles, travel bags, coffee pots, all these $1 lots.
Yes.
We're not putting these sorts of things into the auction anymore.
Yep. No more Pope.
We could be better.
So that's like yeah, we got a
can
good
donate stuff.
We got a good sell-through rate, but at least 50% is probably $1 lots.
We had about 90% sell-through rate. We had 22 unsold lots.
22 unsold lots,
Seriously,
90%.
Hey,
To learning.
almost making rent again. It's so now we're getting into the $2 lots. There were a lot of $1 lots.
It is. That's the best. Like I would say, probably 30 to 40% of it is $1 lots, which is really what did us in on our price points.
And then $2 lots. But you know what? We've got new stuff coming in. I've got a van load. We've got some really good tools coming up. Really good, big tools. So hopefully they bring in some money.
So like the part, stop on the dresser and the Queen Anne, right?
Yeah.
So like in terms of long-term business model, the stop, and I'm fine publicly talking about this, right?
Yeah.
So someone stopped by, they had it in their car, our photo set was open. So realistically, shooting that and the intake of it took us 15 minutes and we put it in right away.
Yeah.
Do we repeat that, or then that person comes next time and we tell them no? Because that's the one that I'm stuck on. That's the one that some of the other stuff I would say
tell them
less
to go to Habitat for Humanity.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, they can send us pictures, right? Now, both of these pictures I would have said no to. Both of those pieces. You know, the only reason, because it not only was, it was a friend, right? It was not just a client or or a...
That's a tough one. Those two that I'm caught up on the business practice wise. Otherwise, I'd say lesson learned on all the other stuff.
Which it's like, because you could get $20 for each of those if you could sit on them, which we're not trying to do, but somewhere like Habitat for Humanity will do. Now, if we're just trying to sell stuff for $1 or $2 to get it back into the community, but I don't think that's what the auctions are entirely for. So both of those, it's like, So after they're taking their cut, you know, you're left with $1.50.
Yeah.
That we each get 75 cents.
I thought they would have gone for at least the 20, but it's fair. It's totally fair.
Which
just if a person shows up, it's there, and our system is ready. Do we bother taking the time or then turn them away? That's the tough part. That's what I'm trying to evaluate.
If everything's ready, but again, it's like, so then this sits for 3 weeks and takes up like valuable space. So it has like multiple different values.
It's true.
Value adds / like subtract.
It's true. That's what I'm curious about it. It's true.
That's a big. That's an iffy one.
Our DVDs are also really looking like we need to sort out the good ones to take to flea market. Yeah. And the rest go on eBay, and anything that's just junk gets donated.
Yeah, donated, or you like this, you know, you just have a wall of DVDs that just grows, and then you would purge it, but you just like, you can bring some to markets.
Because like the notable ones do okay. Like I could take the Entourage to market, and I might not sell it at every single one, but someone would pick it up and look at the Entourage collection. It would get more attention than the $2 buy.
Yeah. So, a few other things, you know. This is just, again, it's like, it's nice to get this stuff rehomed.
Yeah.
And that's...
It is still the ethics behind it, and that's what motivates us in this learning process. And I don't want to speak, I guess I am speaking for you a little bit, but that's how I stay humbly calm, and it's also why we have other income sources to relieve the stress on this process.
But it's like, yeah, it's hard to just keep doing it without some sort of like sustainability for ourselves, you know?
We had the one big hit. We had the one $10,000. We had one big hit.
We did well once. It was pretty good. But now you're getting into, like, these are all great. Like, you know.
So then,
this storm window, right? I found it. I cleaned it up. $7. That's great. Otherwise, that would have been, that was on a garbage day.
Yeah.
That was garbage. Someone had decided.
So like
and I washed the window.
My contrast ad is the same with the bedsheet lot unused. Like I pulled that out of the Airbnb that our friend hooked us up with, and that took me less than 5 minutes.
And while it could have been donated, they wouldn't have donated it. They would have just thrown it out.
Yeah. So that one, I feel okay. I would still redo that lot, even with the $7 price point, because it took me less than 5 minutes.
But you
had the stock and it was done. I got it done and out of the way.
Yeah.
It didn't take fiddling, pissing through the items time.
Yeah. This is nice. $11. That's, someone got a good deal. $11 on this one. Funny. I wonder if it's the same person who bought both.
Probably.
Then we're getting into the money, the 11s, the $11 bids, right? Here we're jumping to 14 on that guitar case. That's cool. 15 on the laundry basket, sure. Thermometer 17, art book 18.
So I'd say rocking chair was still worth it too.
Rocking chair 18. The only thing is it just the space it's held. It's like, yeah, for $18 I'll be hella glad to get rid of it.
But I think that
because it's been blocking the entry.
Yeah, and I think that's a bit like based on our current clutter of the warehouse space, because we already had so much furniture stored. But if we have everything open, that verticality is where we just put the furniture.
But that big chair would never fit up there.
Okay, touche.
But this stuff is, again, now we're into our goal lots. $20 plus lots. So we can see like an auction made up of just this stuff, you know, is what you're looking for. Just garbage cans.
Yeah, okay, garbage. Well, still, at
The predictability,
when we clear an
right?
estate,
It's
I saw some garbage cans like that at that last Chris estate, and now I'll take note. It's like, oh, is it clean? Does it look new still? All right, then take the fucking garbage can and put it in.
yeah.
It's something I wouldn't have thought. Stained glass, the paintings, I still don't. You have a much better
The
eye.
prints?
I don't know.
The
Yeah, I
prints?
don't know how to decipher which ones are the ones that are going to go for an appropriate amount of money.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
where I will say
they-
I will like
they broke the 30.
lean on you for that aspect, because
I think it's purely gonna be on someone's taste,
yeah,
particular day. You know, that they catch it and they go, yeah, I like this singer's like print. That's
it's a
it.
tough call. Yeah,
You know, I never would have thought this guitar was gonna go for $100 because it was a project. Never ever thought that this would go so low, but that this would go so high.
the Pier ones was shocking. That one was shocking, genuinely shocking. I guess that's like but our vintage IKEA stuff wasn't selling this time either. So I guess it's because the Pier 1 dead stock, but that's just it is that the Pier 1 dead stock folding shelf. I wouldn't. That was the biggest
I think-
frost toss away. Let's put it in.
Yeah.
I can't believe that it went for that much money. And wouldn't even know how to predict. That one has me like dumbfounded based on like pattern identification. Like I wouldn't know how do I
And
understand
what was it at? Like starting off,
It started off at like it was at like $10,
right?
and it jumped up to that much. And I wouldn't. I no fucking idea how to predict. If I saw another one of those shelves in the house, I wouldn't look at it and think that it's a $160 item.
$20.
Yeah, if we're going through a home, I'd be like, okay, it's worth putting in, but it wouldn't be like, oh, what's the fucking, that's gonna hit.
Well,
Same with the pots and pans. I guess I'll keep an eye out for a little bit more of like matching set of pots and pans.
yeah. Well, the kitchenware again did like well within itself.
Yeah. You looking for some phone?
I was gonna maybe plug myself in here so I'm not.
Yeah, if you're the same type of charge. Oh no, we've been through this like 10 times. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a weird balance there. The dichotomy, the dollar lots. So I guess the follow-up in review that we're talking about live on stream. I have been, and chat can, I see that we still have some YouTube viewers, so if you've got input, the debate that me and you have been going back and forth about.
Yeah.
Do we try to do more? So this auction was approximately 150 items. Are we trying to do 150 item auctions at a better, improved pace? So it's every 2 to 3 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Or is your opposing perspective the correct one? And since this is proving that our sell-through percentage is increasing, but a large percentage of the items are going for a low dollar amount, then I can also humbly say that maybe your perspective is correct, that maybe it needs to be built up for a 300 lot auction.
You know, I think if people are tuned in for an auction, they'll watch it for 45 minutes, they'll watch it for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Every extra bidder you have changes the whole landscape for bidding, because their interest, the diversity of their interests will push them through all these different categories. So I think like the
So maybe
goal
you're
should
right.
be one 300 lot auction every month, and then if you can hit those $20, because right now we're still at about a $14 or lower
Yeah.
lot average.
I think based on the analytics we're seeing, I have to admit I was wrong, and I think you're correct. I have to process it a little bit for the next few days. But I think you're correct. I am just concerned about like time capacity with the listing process of getting to 300 because
I think we can
with the rest of our logistics, we were struggling in this setup. But it's just because we're in such a weird transitional phase with so much of our stuff.
I think I'm personally struggling the most with just managing the volume of stuff that's mine.
Yeah.
That still exists in all these spaces.
Yeah.
And those will contribute to a few more auctions. But then when that peters out and we're just new acquisitions, the efficiency with which we can process stuff will be super high. We're like the two of us
we're shooting the 50
in a
things
day
on
could
site,
easily be doing 50 lots in a day.
Yeah, we're doing the
And
50
so
on sites.
100% you could, a week or 2 weeks would pound out 300 lots, no problem. When I'm not, like the warehouse won't forever be rearranging.
Rearranging.
You haven't been in there,
doing Bazaar.
and I almost don't want you to come in there until Saturday or something. But
I cannot come tomorrow if you want.
I'll think about it when I get there.
I'm visiting my family in the morning because they're dealing with some stuff.
Yeah.
At like 10:30 in the morning, so you can choose in the morning, and I'll decide from there. Because I was gonna write on our business plan and stuff, and even then I'm still in the early phases of it, so it's very creative, not super.
Yeah, if it's gonna distract me, then you probably shouldn't be there.
Then I won't go.
Because
it will
there's
distract
a ton of stuff to do.
It will distract you, so
And-
I'm not gonna go then.
And I also have to leave early tomorrow because Lila's got a class recital where
Then-
she's singing Alice the Camel.
Done. I'll make the decision for you. Then I won't come because if I'm there working on the business plan, you're gonna start yakking at me about what you think it should look like. So I'll get my ideas straightened out, and then we'll confer on what I have straightened out first.
But so we know that fridge didn't sell, so I can actually move that fridge maybe.
Yeah, move the fridge, put it by the front, or ask her and like.
I mean,
if you tell her like I just don't think this will fucking sell, and the compressor didn't turn on, and put it in the back and put scrap on it. Scrapper came by on the other pickup day asking to steal our stuff. So the guy will come.
Yeah.
He went through the alley that day. He's gonna come through again.
Yeah, I'm fine to leave it for that.
But it's up to her. That's also very fair if she doesn't. In my previous experiences, it's very difficult to sell them.
So I think that on a $2,000 auction, then we see if the warehouse is set up really well with the boutique, I think we'll make another $100 at least on pickup this weekend.
I agree, and I think like in overall scope, right? Last one was bad. Last one was bad for us.
I thought the last one was decent.
I thought it was
bad.
less than this one.
No, it was more than this one. I think so. I think this one.
Can you pull up all the stats on there? I thought you might maybe only get the recent ones.
No, I can pull them all up. Bro, my friend is watching, but he's not commenting there. He's texting me directly.
Yeah, you gotta drop it in the chat, bro.
Yeah, drop it in the chat. Billy. He says he bought the green rocking chair. Will be cool to cut. A silver lining on the dollar items is that we get new customers. So that is 100% true.
No, I do agree. And shouts to Ali, money, nice Holly here.
Yeah, baby.
No, I do agree. I fixed the URL issue with our email list, and it did significantly. We have like a 50% open rate. We've got 140 people on the mailing list now.
Yeah.
As that grows, that's only more return people clicking and checking multiple times.
So if you're willing to pay us $1 to sign up to our email list, essentially.
Yeah.
And these are just our business cards.
Yeah.
It is true. It is true.
It does, but that's the hard when we both need to survive. That's the issue at the same time. Yeah. If only we
That's where also, though, when we're doing pop-ups, right? Like, we can be pulling in some pretty good money from pop-ups.
Yeah. I covered my time. I wouldn't say I generated a lot of profit, but even then, on that same note of selling the dollar thing, I made a lot of good connections about our downsizing and the estate clearances. B, it was very interesting to be at the market and have several people come and be like, oh yeah, You guys run that auction out of the Mimico space. I'm like, okay, this is the repeat, because then the next time he comes in, I'll be reminded. Even
We
though
can become
one guy-
renowned characters.
Yeah. Yearly warehouse retreat for team morale is what Aleem says.
Yeah. It's a monthly retreat, and it's like right here, right now. Hawaii 2026. Sick.
Yeah, he's got 2 young kids. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Emily wants to travel, and I think it is in January 2026.
Yeah.
Hawaii? I think it's Mexico, bro. Vamos a Mexico.
Oh yeah, well yeah, for you, you may as well.
Más
Yeah.
barato.
Papa's good at Spanish, so you better go to a Spanish-speaking country and save some time. I hear probably Spain is also cheap, so you can probably go to Spain.
Spain?
Yeah.
Euro trip?
Yeah, go to the Spanish coast. Go to Ibiza with 2 kids.
Ibiza?
Yeah. But we could be good, Liam. I hope you're doing well as well. Liam, you specifically, hit me up, and we'll plan a hang this week or next. I got some space available. And
Pittsburgh.
if not Hawaii, Pittsburgh is just as good, which is wild. I drove through Pittsburgh before, and it's just like, oh god, it's exactly. It
Just
feels like Hamilton.
Penguins everywhere.
It just feels like Hamilton.
Aline, come chill on Saturday for pickup. I thought what would be really brilliant is if on pickup day we had like 2 people that were working for us, and we made it look like the warehouse is a fucking busy place.
Oh, yeah, that was
Like-
something we talked about.
Like
before,
have
yeah.
somebody there like processing, photograph, and be like, oh, they're working on the next auction. Don't mind them. Like they're just working back there. Like we're dealing with people bringing all this stuff out, and they're photographing stuff, and it's like.
That's ideally, yes. This is ideally
Just-
what I want, yes.
Just to create this illusion
Yeah, to pretend that,
that
we
this
know
is
what
a
we're
thriving business.
doing. Yeah. Raza says he highly recommends Portugal, by the way, if you go. And the thing is, Patty
Oh yeah,
studied.
I would go to Portugal.
Yeah, Patty's pretty good at Spanish, so it's already
Yeah.
pretty fluent.
I would only go to the Azores because I need to connect with like my Portuguese roots.
We're both history nerds, so we really like going like southern Portugal that has all of the Muslim mosques that were converted into Christian churches. So
Right.
it's like where we geek out about the Portugal visits.
Right.
He did go, I didn't, unfortunately, but it is on my bucket list of wanting to see. It's a beautiful combination of like Middle Eastern structures then covered in Christian decals. It's very intriguing. Spain, not Portugal? Okay, I got it wrong. I thought it was some of Portugal as well. New Zealand?
Yeah, mostly southern Spain like that.
I thought it was some of Portugal too. Okay, I
All
guess
the
I'm
Moors
wrong.
came.
Yeah,
coming
all the
up
Moors
from,
stuff, yeah. I thought it was some of Portugal then. I'll take that wrong. I'll take that out.
From Morocco there.
Morocco.
And then there was the whole like they killed the king and then brought him back to North Africa.
Yeah.
And then they went, and that's why there's like what is it at the point? It's like the stars. What is it? The field of stars. Campo de Estrella, Campo Estrella, something like that.
Yeah.
And that's like when you do the pilgrimage. It's the path that they walked to visit. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of lore around.
Yeah.
Basically, like what they used to create the army that would fight the Moors on the Christians' behalf.
Yeah, it's such a funny historical lore that they just like conveniently they're like, yeah, let's not talk about how it was Muslim in Spain for a good couple hundred years there.
Yeah, and we thrived, and that was like
Yeah.
the time we weren't shitting out our windows and like
Yeah.
pissing in our rose beds.
Yeah.
So
Shouts to chat. They're all yelling at each other now. New Zealand would be sick one day, though. I would like to go eventually. I've got family. I got to take Fran to Australia for a bucket list trip, but I don't know how either of us are going to afford that, so we got to figure that out. I got to have a real talk with my grandma and be like, Grandma, you don't have enough money to go to Australia.
But yeah, I mean, the flights are really the killer.
The flights are the killer, and then you're that old, you have to buy health insurance as well.
Right.
So the flight's already $2-3 grand, possibly more, and 80-year-old, 70-year-old health insurance, that's another $2 grand. That's $5 grand, and that's not expenses in hotels. You're getting very easily close to $10,000 if you want to go to Australia and you're in your 80s.
Yeah, that's too much money.
Yeah.
Don't flights offer senior discounts?
Yeah. Not enough, unfortunately. But back to hustle talks then. Yeah, okay, I'll give you space tomorrow then if you need to focus. I don't even have to come in Friday if you really want to. I was just
I think
going to use a change of environment. I'll just be a coffee shop boy tomorrow. That's totally okay with me.
I'd say Friday's probably good because then we can hopefully all have enough done tomorrow that we could be actually like you should be in there before. Like we could be prepping for pickup day.
That would be nice. I did like prepping the table last time, so if you can clear off the table, that was nice. It was very effective, I would say.
Yeah, and we could do that together tomorrow because there's like your half of the table and my half of the table, and we can just figure out where we want to put all that stuff.
Oh, yeah,
to market stuff.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, you're gonna be so shocked. You don't even know what I did.
I've got a rough idea. You babble a lot.
No,
you babble a lot. I got a rough idea.
I should ask you.
I think you pushed some of the couch stuff back. I'm pretty sure you didn't necessarily change all the computer, but you're like halfway to changing the computer stuff. Your boutique is like starting to take form, but it's probably just blown the fuck out. And then I'm pretty sure if I had to guess, but this one I don't feel so confident in, you started to chip away at the lamp section, but that also created more chaos because you started to like tidy up the lamp section a bit, but it's just like...
You have no clue what
No,
I'm
god
doing.
damn it.
I have fucked up so much shit, bro.
Oh no.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's so good. And I see it and I feel better than ever about the space because I'm like, this is it. I feel really driven to make some lamps. I don't know what I'm doing in there. It's been great.
I'm checking all these eBay channels lately, and like some of those lamps and stuff are like, maybe we'll try to list them to eBay, or maybe we make a separate eBay page for like bespoke lamps or like our handmade stuff, something like that. I'm not sure, but there are people that buy that stuff through the online services, so maybe we'll look into that.
If we make some cool shit.
I have a bunch of lanterns that I want to make into lamps too, but also Liam said he saw this haul through the email. This one was really dope. Yeah, the email list is really working out. Shout out to some of our customers. They came in on auction pickup day and they're like, your emails are going to our spam inbox. So I had to do a bunch of research. And there's a couple means, but they're like, primarily it's because it's coming from like an @Gmail address. So then, because it's coming from @Gmail, it's going to a spam inbox. Because it reads that it's coming from @Gmail, but it went to 100 people. So then the bots are like, oh, then you're spamming.
Yeah.
I auto set mine to go spam. Fuck you. So then I was like, I looked up warehouse URLs. It probably won't be the website one we use, but it's not that bad. But I was like, okay, I'll buy a domain and then we'll use it. And warehouse.store was $3 for a year. So it's like, all right, I'll fucking just buy this domain real quick. We'll spend $3 on a domain. That's not a big pocketbook damage.
Wow. Well, another one down.
Another one down.
And that's it, honestly. We won't even remember any of this stuff other than that Pier 1 imports.
So stats-wise, you don't even have to say them out loud.
Right. Okay.
You don't have to say them out loud, just in case that's
mind.
a confidence issue.
I don't mind.
What are, like, so this one in contrast to, like, the last few that we've done.
Okay, so, wow.
I think it will
Again,
bounce up
$30.
still.
So this one was 1979.
Okay.
The last one was 1949.
But our sell-through rate was way, okay, continue.
The one before that was 1437.
Because that one's, I was thinking two ago
That
we
one
had a flop. That one was a
views, though.
flop.
That one had a lot of views, though. 60,000 views.
That one was a big
Versus just these ones are both 30,000. This one is weird. Oh, it did change, but it was just stuck at 30,000 for a long time. Then the one before that was the 9,800. So
Go just the one before the 9,800.
13.
Yeah, that was the one. Okay. So
Yeah,
that's.
that's
I just
what it
wanted to contextualize.
And
I
then
knew we had a really
The
bad one.
2322, which was the all tool one.
I knew we had a really bad one. I was trying to figure out where it was in the timeline.
And so the next one, fuck man, we're gonna get it.
And I
Eventually.
think you're right. I think I have to humbly admit you're right. We have to try to stack it up to 300. And I think that brings in, because then even if some of them are failing and we're getting these dollar buyers, I think your logic is the correct one. Because then even if it's the dollar buyer only buying the dollar lots, but he buys 50 of the dollar lots, it's more effective.
Billy also said that he was buying a lot of things for $1.
Oh, okay, well, we need more Billies. How about we just meet more Billies?
I mean, we do need more Billy. He's a big proponent of us connecting with the pals zone. He's like, that's what he buys half this shit. He trades it.
I think
He buys it for $1 and then he takes it on Facebook Pals and he trades
it's
it
just
for
our
like
same-
a pound of butter.
It's the same as our marketplace issue, though. We just don't have the capacity. Like, maybe that's what you want. You're talking about getting your wife involved. We can keep a good balance of, like, respect and privacy, but then maybe that's here, honey, here's this pile of stuff. Trade it. Go on,
Trade it
pals.
for
Get
diapers.
us diapers and
Diapers.
shit. That's maybe the healthy way. And then Chad is saying that he thinks the Cabbage Patch doll is haunted. But the mannequin, no, we
It's
don't.
not. Well, you know what? It might be a little bit haunted because I bought it at a church sale in
Oh, it sounds
in
a little haunted.
Victoria.
It sounds a little haunted, yeah.
And no, it is like mint, right? But there were 2 of them, and I wasn't really versed much in Cabbage Patch Kids. And I bought this literally for my daughter.
Yeah.
And it's like sibling, and we didn't buy both of them. And then I looked it up when I got home, and I was like, oh shit, this is worth like $80 or some.
As the pair?
As one.
Oh, okay.
And went back for the other one and it was gone.
Yeah.
And obviously it's not worth that much money because it sold for $6. But so it could be a little bit just scarred because we separated it from its sibling.
Yeah, Chad thinks it's haunted, and probably because you separated it from the sibling.
Yeah.
You've also got it here, too, so you don't have to get up every time.
Right.
Just-
Oh yeah, that's good.
You got 2 different windows.
Okay.
It
Now it
wants
wants
revenge.
revenge.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. It's also probably a little bit cheese that we kind of snuck it out of my daughter's. She didn't really play with it much, so we were just like, let's get that out of here.
Yeah, I don't know, my house. I don't know. I think the pals and the trading is a good idea. I did, even if you pitch that's something that we develop our community into in the long term, I do like that idea, but again, we need our systems to be,
Yeah.
that would take too much storage, too many logistics.
It'd be interesting if we could somehow broadcast our catalog. If we could share our running catalog and people could make advance offers. That's like an interesting like workaround. Where like rather than posting it to all these different platforms, you could have it shared on these platforms and say like, hey, you're constantly like sharing, we've uploaded a new item, like if you want to make a trade, feel free to make us an offer, and we can always pull lots up until the point, right? So like pals, you'd have a pals account and just be like, guys, we're uploading, like don't forget to check our running catalog.
I like it, just it's
That's the only, like, to me that's the way, because we're not going to be posting all this stuff on. Yeah. What's my
favorite scary
all right, I can watch it.
Anaconda. Scary movie for me, I wouldn't even fully know. I'm not a big scary movie fan. I don't love my scary movies.
I like Saws. I love the Saws.
Well, then if you're going I would go the Predator way. I would go
Okay.
like the Predator old school
Yeah.
horror movies. But I don't necessarily. I've just never. I don't. probably blame it on my childhood trauma and not having a fun life with real fear in it. That I'm just like, I don't need to, when I have to deal with real fear things in life, I don't want to watch a movie that induces the same fucking feeling. That's what always is.
You love the sauce.
Yeah. I hated that as a kid, and then as I got older and started going to therapy, I'm like, oh, now it makes sense. Yeah, I have to deal with actual scary things in life, so I don't want to watch the scary things for fun. I can deal with freakouts like Saws, though. Saws and stuff, that's like my way better energy. I can watch a Saw movie. The jump scare movies, there's the movies that are just meant to scare you to fucking scare you for no reason. I'm like, no, I got nothing. I got no joy out of this.
Yeah. There was that was it the Korean movie?
Parasite or whatever?
Parasite.
That was a good one, too.
That was really good.
I watched it, but it was...
I have to watch that one again.
I had some extracurriculars, so I have to rewatch it.
Oh,
it was a little...
Maybe we should rewatch it.
Yeah, yeah, okay, I would do that. I'd rewatch that one. I was a little too lit, so I don't fully remember the movie. But I remember it was like, oh yeah, this is good. And I was like, oh, now I don't remember what happened, though.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a scary one, Aleem. Yeah.
But yeah, Aleem, if you want to come through on Saturday, you want to play some music, you want to hang out, you're welcome to. You're welcome to. You meet some of the folks. We're going to have the live stream on at Pickup.
I thought we should have the disclaimer, like where I have that live stream thing, like those two posters that you made.
Yeah.
If above that we put like this space is being live streamed. That's a great disclaimer.
It's probably okay. I'm on like a weird... Legally, we are in the okay no matter what in Canada.
Yeah.
Because it's our private property.
Yeah.
So you're entering the private property, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter.
Right.
But fair, respect-wise, someone might be like... Oh,
I think it'll just look cool. Like, it'll look really professional.
It might freak some people out versus what I've seen from the internet folks, specifically the Pokemon convention folks.
Yeah.
The Pokemon convention folks will have the stream running the entire time.
Yeah.
And then not say anything till be like, oh, by the way, the camera's been streaming. Are you comfortable if I post this to TikTok? So I think that would be like maybe we run it without the sign and then we do the disclaimer, oh, hey, I just really enjoyed that combo with you. Would you be comfortable if I posted to the social?
Yeah.
As a TikTok.
But as a TikTok, why specifically TikTok?
Just, okay, whatever. If I posted it to Facebook to make an older person more comfortable.
Yeah, if I just shared this with my community.
Yeah. But I don't think you...
Yeah, I think that's fine. I was just...
It's a weird legal... Because technically you're coming on... It's a weird business. We are legally okay, but it would be also fair for someone to be like, I don't like that you had that on without telling me. So it's like
Yeah.
We're in the right, but I also wouldn't... I mean, very much
the difference
respect
if it's
someone
live
does that.
stream versus if it's just videos, right? Because if it's live stream, then they're being streamed whether or not they want to be. Versus like when we edit it down to like that one good conversation.
And post it again once we have editors.
You know, and then we would tell that person like, hey, do you mind if I share this like clip?
Yeah.
And then, of course they'd say okay.
Yeah, the food truck guys and the Pokemon guys, that's how they do it. I've noticed very specifically. They do the whole thing no matter what. And they're like, oh, hey, I really like this one. Are you okay if I like repost it?
Yeah, like that was funny.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do that.
Okay.
Oh, wow. That was a lot of work. This auction felt like a lot. But is this the first one coming out?
Yeah, it was
this
both
is the second one coming out of my child's birth?
Second one coming out of the childbirth, and we were both still a bit overwhelmed, and like I took on a bit more of the weight of the posting for this one. You were definitely still overwhelmed with just like general tasks with the kid for this one.
Yeah, and still the space, man. Like I'm just like, I need the warehouse space to be more representative of the vision that we have.
Yeah, just if...
And I have done it.
Looking at you in the eyes right now is kind of crazy. It's just
I'm seeing it, man.
Okay.
Like, it's crazy. And so this next auction, like, I want it to be just one auction. We're gonna have all the empty shelves. We're gonna fill them all and just have one big auction. It's gonna purge through a ton of the tools and stuff from the north garage and a ton of the inventory in the warehouse. And it's
and
just
then I'll
gonna
purge
be
through whatever's left with my locker. So maybe this one
whatever
will be
left,
higher
right?
than 300 even.
if we can hit 300,
Okay.
then I think we'll get closer to our $20 lot goal.
Yeah.
And a 300 lot gets you $6,000, and that pays your rent and gives us both some money, and really is like reinforcing that we can.
I agree.
Yeah.
I do agree. And then I'm just always double watching. I am fully engaged here. I'm just also watching any photos we have taken using good morale, standing and promoting grower business. Well, technically, yeah, the waiver is the appropriate thing, but also, again, they're on private property, so we technically don't have to. And then, how have you guys been feeling these past weeks? We're both in this weird... We're still very, like, again, like the stats-wise, this one's improved, but then we ran through the dollar amount, wasn't that much higher. So we're in, like, this...
Yeah.
We should square up with them.
Yeah.
We're still feeling very motivated, but there's definitely a lot of change that needs to happen that we both feel
We're
is
working
there.
towards. You know, it's just like this stuff doesn't happen overnight. It happens over days.
Over days, and like your market at Trinity Bellwoods was semi-effective in the same way. We saw the clearance things happen, but there needs to be refinements there, and I had similar patterns with my flea market.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, it worked. I didn't make a whole fuck ton of money, but I met the clients, so I need to like refine how to retain the clients, fix the business cards. Okay, I need the more interactive and just the bins to dig through versus you take the clearance items, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
that
like, kind of a little bit. It's just like, I think really we'll do another Trinity together and do the live stream thing.
Yeah.
And I think we could guarantee clear $1,000 in that day. And it's like a processing day where we're working through shit. Like
Yeah.
a really effective
And if we do that,
market.
in that case, that I might pay Stone, the one buddy, to be the moderator in chat so we can focus on being present. And I know that the stream, there's no gross shit going on, and he can do all the clipping for us.
You know, and then we can say, look, you know, it's like we're each gonna work this day and walk away with $150, and then the rest of that money is gonna go towards rent.
Yeah.
Like, say, like, you know, we will pay ourselves for that day.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And then, you know, that I think is like a sustainable model. And then that's once a month. 300 lot auction like once a month. Or I mean, I'd be happy with 200, but we're aiming for the 2 to 3. And then you're doing Roncies. And that should be enough.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a good balance.
Berserk is like also continuing to like at the last minute. I've had a Versace blazer in there for almost a year. That sold for $175 last week. It's just a black blazer with a leopard print
Yeah, the classic.
interior.
Yeah, that's Versace. Yeah.
And it was on sale. It was originally like $190, 15% off. I was running a 15% sale. And so I'm like almost at $1,000 in sales there this month, which isn't a lot, but and the only reason I'm that close is because of high-priced clothing items. But it's still it's by the end of the month should be $1,200, which is 6, you know.
Let me address the chat quick and then do that. Buddy's saying that you guys are doing it right, man. Either way, Canada is that slow-growing economy place where like Tim Hortons before selling to Burger King. And he's saying loving the music, and the music is actually from Inf. I Am Infinite. It doesn't produce music anymore, but it's also the benefit that he's got no publishing deal, so he can play it copyright free. And then in regards to that, also when I talk about like the economy of eBay store and the smaller stuff, like the $1,000 a month, as we've communicated, was my mark for the Bazaar stuff. So if you're hitting the $1,000 a month, then I will keep to my word. Then maybe it's worth staying. And then at the same space economy for both the warehouse and the eBay store.
Yeah.
If you can put that Versace blazer in it and it sells, then that's bad, because that Versace blazer takes up the economy, the space economy of storing clothes for eBay. It's not effective. That's why I steered away from clothes on eBay, because the space economy becomes so chaotic when you're trying to do eBay or Poshmark for clothing. So if that setting works, then maybe we get our high-end clothes. They go into Bazaar. Then
that's
we do
it. It's
the
like they
Trinity.
will. But it's interesting because my racks are pretty empty right now, and I'm seeing a lot of clothes selling.
Yeah.
Which is like, right, don't oversaturate. People can just browse through. Anyways, like you're gonna,
I think we do the high-end clothes, and then the same. I think you've got a good recipe. We do the high-end clothes and the trinkets that we can't sell on eBay or in auction, and that's just what's in the booth.
I was just told I had that crystal jar. You remember that one, like with the lid?
Yeah.
Sold it for like $36.
That's exactly. So I think that needs to be, if we stay in Bazaar, that's the Bazaar niche.
And it's only been in there for a month.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So that's really what I think. I think that's the working recipe. High-end fashion, and then the stuff that it's good quality, but we can't sell it on another platform. So it goes right in there, $30 for your crystal jar.
Yeah.
But, okay. You want to do the outro and get out of here?
Guys.
Because me and you will just talk endlessly. We're losing our entertainment quality now.
What a blast every single time, It's unexpected things that happen that make it all right,
Yeah, I agree.
It's and like some people have said, we're doing this just to connect with people. So, you sell something for $1, you get to meet the person that got a great deal. They're gonna be happy about it. They're gonna follow. They're gonna come back. They're gonna spend $1 again. They might spend $2, and that's gonna snowball. And that's what we're building here. It's not something that's short term. It's something that has a long-lasting social impact and meaningful value in our community. And we're almost there. And if we're not, we're only getting closer.
Yeah, and then like the slight ad, but the same note was like, even that was one of the people who saw me at the market walked up and was like, oh yeah, I bought that. I really liked meeting you guys, but you know what? I didn't follow you on social media, and I didn't follow you on YouTube. You know what? I'll do that now. So it's that long-term showing up and having the buyers return.
And we're just keeping doing this. Like, this is our 7th or 8th auction now.
Yeah.
Since we started. And our next one is going to be coming at you.
Yeah.
June's just around the corner, so look for that sort of spicy auction action in June. It's going to be crazy.
We clearly decided to do a big one.
It's only going to get better. Like, guys, the more that we purge of like stuff that is $5 and $1 items, it's like we've got a lot of good stuff that we're reluctant to like release into auction, but we're going to. And like, there's the bench grinder, there's like the scroll saw,
and those have
there's
always
the drill
done good
press.
for us, so.
There's so many tools that I'm like done with. Yeah, we've got cards. We travel all around the GTA. You know us, warehouse in the house.
Yeah.
Patty's pop-ups. We got Nar Gang over here.
Grandma's
NarleyMedia.
Dead Stock, NarleyMedia. I need to get, I need to lock in the part-time job, and then I'll pay for the business card expense. I'm just being a bit frugal until I know I have the additional income locked in. But otherwise, like soon, yeah, definitely. We'll get some business cards pumping out. That's the benefit of buying even the $3 URL that we got. Then I can just like fucking, we could put that as on our business cards.
I'm on the brink of like the business cards because I would get more. But I also, I just got a ton of construction paper, you know, and and I have my stamper, and I'm just like, I just want to make fucking business cards.
Been doing too many dishes. I didn't know I fucked up my skin so bad with my rings.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, I know. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
just doing dishes, I guess. I didn't do anything.
You been
strange.
cooking a lot?
Yeah. Yeah, cooking daddy. That's maybe stickers are cool. Stickers are also printing costs.
Totally 1,000%.
I agree, though.
Is it lower than business cards?
It's
like
typically
stickers are kind of expensive.
Typically more, but if we can do a black and white design, then you can get them about the same and plaster them all over the place. I do eventually, like, I'm big on the guerrilla marketing. Like, if we could have like a little slogan and a little shtick, like, we buy your old shit and just a QR code, then I would do stickers.
Yeah. We sell your old shit.
Yeah.
We don't buy it.
Yeah, don't buy it.
We sell it for $1.
Or like make that warehouse line that we've been sticking with. Like the warehouse pops up where you're at. Learn more, and then they scan it. It goes to a website. That's when I'd be ready for stickers. But yeah, business cards I think are needed soon. I had everyone forgave me because I was at a church flea market. So it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I've got these cheap versions of business cards. They're like, oh, if you guys are really getting started, then whatever, it's all good.
People take that, they don't even keep business cards.
That's literally what everyone said to me.
It's like you give them a piece of paper and that's enough. Because I had 500 business cards that I handed out in my first year.
Yeah.
And they should have just been a piece of paper.
That's the part I need to think about us doing business cards, because that's literally how everyone reacted to me. They're like,
and I think it's kind of against our ethos, our morals.
They're like, we don't keep these fucking things anymore, so yeah, I'll take your piece of paper.
We need this just to get it home.
Yeah.
And we'll like put it on a fridge or we'll write it down.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make a difference if it's a piece of paper or paid for.
So maybe we figured out a recycled product that we can just like, even we've got that photocopier or printer in our warehouse, and just use recycled paper and just pump them out on the recycled paper. Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah, that, and then last thing, talk about it. I find talking about it publicly too is the phone number. We ran into it with the client this week.
Yeah.
Figure that out. It was like weird. I was like talking to her. I was like, I apologize for the confusion there, because I realized we're trying to simplify it by only putting one phone number on the business card. But then I realized that you got in contact with Patty, but then Patty didn't know the conversations that we had. Mm-hmm. So then it made it more confusing for you as the client.
But she was trying to sell stuff.
She ended up trying to sell stuff, yes.
No, she was trying to sell stuff.
She was trying to sell stuff.
From that messaging.
It was the right client to deal with. She was very artsy, knew a lot of people. She was also, she would have accepted the lowball offer that we had if I didn't find those watches. Like that one sign, I've already got an offer for several $100s on it. Mm-hmm. So I was like, if I was evil, I would have gladly only given her $20. But she threw the watches in, it had that sign in, and I was like, okay, I like to do honest business. I'm like, I can't. I was going to say, I told her very clearly, we don't do low lot buyouts. I don't do small buyouts. Especially if you tell your friends, like, this is not what we do. This is like, tell your friends when they're ready to clear out an entire house. If they want to give us something small like this, it has to be donation. It has to be like, get it out of here.
But we'll come and pick it up.
Yeah, we'll come and pick it up. It's the ethical nature of the business. I appreciate you doing this, but it was just, brother, to what degree you're evil. But so then that lady, I was like, I pulled those two items out. I comped them. They were worth a significant amount of money. And I was like, so you know what? This isn't me being fully transparent. I was going to give you this low amount. I was going to say $20. I'll take it because we don't offer this service typically. But I'm like, but this, I got to give you a little bit more money because my conscience, I can't consciously take these when I just found out how much money they're actually worth. So that's
Which is fine. It's just, yeah, but that's the thing is like, I didn't even answer. I get all these random numbers calling and I don't answer them.
yeah.
And so it's like, it's tell people text us or call and leave a voicemail. Because,
Well, that's so that we can have that convo off camera because that can get boring. But we can set up either one of those services. We can either put on the business card to text us, and then it goes to either like an email or a joint phone number where it's text only and we can access it via web, or we can set up a voicemail inbox and say leave a voicemail at this thing, and then we
and
can
we'll
take
get back to
turns
you.
checking it, getting back to it.
yeah.
So that's, we can there's two methods. We can either have them text a number that we can both check, or have them voicemail and inbox.
I keep ignoring phone calls, and then people are leaving messages, and then I'm like watching the, it like tells you what they're saying, or you can listen, and then I'm like, oh, this is a client, and I interrupt it, and I'm like, oh, hello.
Yeah,
Warehouse.
that was so self-admitted. I thought it would be easier, and also I don't like answering the phone as much, so I thought it would be easier if it was like, okay, just Patty's number since he's more apt at answering the phone. You're saying you don't answer the phone? I fucking don't answer.
Yeah, well, you got me not answering the phone. You were being like, I don't, always getting these calls. I was like, oh, I always answer the phone. Maybe I shouldn't be answering the phone all the time.
Yeah. All right, I'll accept that. I'll accept that bad influence because if anything, it's all scams. But
Okay, let's peace out.
yeah, we'll ramble too long. All right, everybody, thank you. We're just with the homies right now. Aleem, Raza, thank you guys for coming through. We always appreciate your presence. Big bless, big bless. Aleem, if you're free Saturday, you're welcome to hang out as long as you want, good sir. I'll send you the address. It is streetcar accessible. Same with you too, Raza. I did extend to Raza when I saw him this weekend that when we're at the warehouse and he needs a space to work, he's a writer, so you're welcome to come hang out.
Yeah.
Anyone else watching this in the future, we already did the spiels in the past, but I'll remind you. My name's Bailey. I operate an eBay store called Grandma's Dead Stock, and this is Patty of Patty's Pop-Ups, Paddy. He does have a retail storefront located downtown Toronto, and it's a booth downstairs at Bazaar. It is 306 College Street. That's where we sell the antiques that we are not able to sell as easily on the auction house or through our eBay sales. So you can check those out for some oddities. Otherwise, we do have a warehouse in Mimico, Toronto that is located on Lakeshore West. And those two titles I gave you, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, best ways to support us, okay? That's where it'll catch us actively posting. And otherwise, we'll see you on pickup day. Do you think there's anything else I got to say? I think I kind of nailed it.
That's good. See you on pickup day.
All right, journalism experience helps. Okay, we'll catch you later. I appreciate you, Aleem. And yes, Raza was here for arcade night that you missed. All right, okay, bye-bye.
Bye.